national anthem. Those four always just do such a nice job. I'm trying to think how many seniors we have there. I think at least 3. I know both boys are seniors.
Now we're going to get the introduction of the starting lineups here in just a second. And we're about ready for our basketball game.
Wow, a lot of people piling in right now.
Yeah, traditionally this is always a good group to come to the ball game, and then with it being on a Friday night too, that's you always have a little better Friday night crowds. And to get Wapello on a Friday night, it just makes the athletic directors drool a little bit, because I know they're going to have a big gate.
There's number 4, Tori Blake, being announced. And for Mediapolis, number 2, senior Kinsley Heater. Number 10, Sydney Reed, a sophomore, guard for Wapello. And for Mediapolis, number 10, Aubrey Siegel. Number 11, Ashley Hobbaum for Wapello, and only a sophomore. And Andrea Larson for Mediapolis. What was that one? Kristen Keene, a sophomore. They have a young team. And for Mediapolis, Jessica Holstein. And Maddie Smith, a freshman.
400-classman and a senior for
Wow.
Arrows.
They were down maybe a little bit this year, losing a lot of seniors. Heidi Hilliard announced for Mediapolis, but they probably have a long ways to grow here for Wapello. Get a lot of experience. And Clint Smith is announcing that between the games, the seniors will be announced, and we'll recognize the basketball players, and I believe cheerleaders if there are any. I don't think there are, but we'll find out. So we'll get ready for the jump ball. 8 minutes are on the clock, and we're ready for some basketball action.
Well, we'll see what kind of start. Certainly the last few games the Bullets have gotten off to quick starts and then cruise to victory. So we'll see tonight if they can make that formula work one more time.
And as you mentioned, Kent, I just have a sneaking suspicion we'll see that full court pressure. We've seemed to have seen that a lot in the beginning of the games. Maybe they don't use it as much the second quarter. They'll use it until they get in foul trouble, and then we don't see it as much. So
we always have this unique alignment here on jump balls. We put two girls down under our basket and force the defense to do the same thing. And, of course, we seem to always get the tip, so I guess we can do whatever we want to when you're pretty sure you're going to get the tip.
Mediapolis got the tip. It was deflected by, Wapello. So now Heidi Hilliard's going towards the basket, dumps it off to Holstein. And as we've seen just about every game, Kent, the last few anyway, they pop it back to Aubrey Siegel. She puts up a three, and she nails this one. And there's the pressure. Wapello almost gets the ball up court, but Jessica Holstein gets in the way. But as she passes it to Andrea Larson, number 4, Blake, picks up the ball. There's one of her interceptions. I believe you mentioned she leads in about every area, correct?
She leads in steals, and she got another one.
Okay.
She leads in turnovers, and she has one of those already.
So number 10, Sydney Reed, will be going to the line as she was fouled. I'm not sure who the foul was on. She makes the first one, so we have a 3-1 ball game. Second one's on its way, and it's good as well. And actually, we see some pressure by Wapello. Fast team.
That's
Kensley Heater.
Interesting to see how we respond to that.
Mediapolis breaks the press. Kensley Heater goes in for a layup, misses it, and a rebound by Wapello. But the ball, I must have gone out of bounds maybe on a Mediapolis player. So now Wapello looks to break the press. Hawbaum looks for somebody, passes to Blake. Blake passes to Reed, back to Blake. Time's ticking away. They need to get it across. And there they do to number 12, Keene. Tori Blake takes one of her three-pointers, misses it. A nice rebound by Andrea Larson. Went up strong and came down with the ball. Passes to Heidi Hilliard. She's getting pestered a little bit there by Hawbaum. They get a few passes later, get the ball inside to Larson. She comes up short on the shot, but offensive rebound by Heidi Hilliard. Puts it back up and is fouled.
Last time, Wapello did a nice job against our press. Last time they didn't get excited and worked the ball up the court and ended up getting a good shot, couldn't score. And now we're at the line. I did look where our free throw shooting percentage is inching up there. So
there we go. And there's one right there. I hope you didn't jinx it.
Yeah, I thought I shouldn't have said that maybe, but I'm glad she made it.
There you go. Heidi Hilliard makes the first one. We have a 4-2 ball game with 6:47 left in the first quarter. Second one good as well. This is Kim.
We're all the way up to like 64% now after yearly bad start. So that's they've been hitting some.
That's great.
And Heidi hit those too.
Boy, broke that pressure again. Wapello did. They get a layup there underneath the basket. That was number 12, Kristen Keene. Made that look easy. So Mediapolis leads 5-4. I think the pressure, Wapello's pressure, is really bothering Mediapolis more than the other way. Wapello got a turnover there, has a fast break, but lost the handle on the ball. Maddie Smith did, a freshman, and it goes out of bounds, so Mediapolis has the ball, but we see the pressure again from Wapello. Hilliard passes to Jessica Holstein, back to Larson. She's double teamed over there. Ooh, kind of used her elbow to clear some space. They broke it, got it up to Siegel, who's at the three-point line. She's looking across court, passes to Holstein, back over to Kensley Heaters on the baseline, and just like the other night, Kent, she has a hot hand. 7-4.
There's money in the bank in the first quarter over there on that baseline side. She gets over on the right-hand baseline.
Oh, nice interception there by Heidi Hilliard. Kind of telegraphed the pass, but then she telegraphed it, and Wapello gets it. Mediapolis gets it back, and Larson puts it in for two. Would it sound terrible if we said Heater's hot?
Yeah, it sounds good.
We think it sounds good. Yeah. So. Okay, and there's number 11, Hawbaum. Wapello gets the ball over. They're doing pretty well with that press. Hawbaum in the corner on the right. She's double teamed by Jessica Holstein and Siegel. I think that pressure might bother them actually more than the full court pressures when they double team there on the wings.
Well, yeah, because Wapello's doing a good job of spreading the court out on the full court pressure, and so our size doesn't make quite as much difference. But when you get trapped down there in a corner in a half court situation, there's not much you can do at that point to get around them and over them.
Gets the ball to Aubrey Siegel. It's tipped a little bit, I think, by Keene. Offensive rebound, and we actually have a foul, too. So Mediapolis leads 9-4. It's Wapello's ball. Tori Blake will bring the ball inbounds for Wapello. Passes to Hanbaum. Sorry, Kemp.
And now we're dropping into, looks like more of a half-court, three-quarter court press.
Hanbaum has the ball, double team, gets it to Blake. Nice passes there by Wapello. Gets it to Keene, but turnover. Was that a traveling call? I missed it.
I
okay.
think he called traveling.
I was looking down to see who the names were, and I need a card that I can just hold right here.
She just shuffled her feet a little bit when she caught the ball, and the official picked it right up.
Heidi Hilliard takes the ball strong to the basket, gets too far back, and Aubrey Siegel takes a step. Got the ball, takes a step back behind the three-point line to get the shot, but you can't do that without dribbling. Gets called for the traveling violation.
I love to watch the coaches. I saw Coach Todd Hilton pointing to the official under the basket, right by the place, and he didn't call it. It was pretty obvious from up here anyway. Yeah.
So number 12, Keene, was triple teamed there, but she gets the ball to Hanbaum, puts it up, misses it. Keene gets the rebound, gets it over to Reed. Reed gets it to Tori Blake. Blake misses it. And a rebound by Andrea Larson and a foul on Wapello underneath the basket. I'm waiting.
I believe that foul was on number 13, Maddie Smith. I'm not 100% sure, but I couldn't see the official signal the number, but she was in the area anyway.
I think Coach Mike Cameron just said 12 now. 12, I think he was trying to. So that is Keene.
That's Keene.
So she's the one really the only one that provides any height out there for Wapello too. So Bullets get the ball across the line. Have Haley Hilliard in there now, a substitute. She passes it just a little bit too hard to one of the Holstein girls. We have Rachel Holstein checked into the ball game also. Ansley Heater and Aubrey Siegel taking a break right now. And they lose possession of the ball. Blake brings the ball up court for Wapello.
Even though the Bullets are leading 9-4, I believe they could benefit by being a little bit more patient. When we get down in a half-court set and actually set up, we've done pretty well, but it's like we're hurrying a little bit and we've got some turnovers out of it. And you're right, I think it's that pressure that Wapello's putting on that's kind of forced us to do that. But if we want to do a good job, we'll come down here and set up, run our offense just like that, where they went inside to Hilliard. She missed, gets her own rebound, goes back up, puts it in. That's Haley Hilliard. She missed the shot, got her own rebound, went back up and scored. Now draws a foul.
Definitely has the height advantage out there. Because I think she's 6'2". Is that what she's listed at, Haley?
She's listed at 6'2", and probably is
every inch of it, too.
And Molly Lance, number 20, a junior, has checked into the lineup for the Arrows.
And there comes another one, but I'm not sure who it is.
Hilliard hits the free throw, and it's now 11-4. Has a good trip down the floor for the. It's 12. Yeah, I was going to say it should be.
I have 12. That's good.
Point play. It's 12-4.
Blake has the ball, gets it to Reed, gives it back to Blake. Blake dribbles under, has a nice pass to number 22, a player that just checked in. That's Vianney. Thank you. And Granado gets the basket and will go to the line to try for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Boy, that was a good play by Blake. She went driving down there, and we switched to help, and she just dumped the ball right off. You can see why she leads in assists, too.
Misses the free throw. Rachel Holstein grabs the ball, brings the ball up court, passes to her sister, who's behind the three-point line. Jess puts it up, misses it. Offensive rebound by Heidi Hilliard. Passes to her sister, Haley Hilliard, and Haley puts it in again, and probably on her way to maybe being the leading scorer. Just like that, off the bench. But did you say the third scorer on the team, I believe?
Scorer, averaging just over 9 points a game, and there's another try.
Step.
That was Sydney Reed started to make the pass, and one of the Bullets stepped in the passing lane. She tried to stop, but it was too late to stop her feet. So the Bullets have another turnover and the basketball. And they lead 14-6 with 3:03 left in the first quarter.
Get the ball in bounds, and across the line, Andrea Larson stands at the key, passes to Heidi Hilliard. Hilliard looks around, passes off to the right wing to Darby Master. Master takes it up, the baseline and took it all the way for 2 points. So Darby Massner just checks in the game and gets her first 2 points of the game. Wapello coach wants to call a timeout with 2:44 left in the first quarter. Mediapolis leads 16-6, and the Stodcast is being brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Mediapolis Telephone Company, Eland Agency, DMC Mutual, the Meepo Booster Club, Creative Visions, Delzell Brothers, Ertz Carpet, USG, Great River Medical Center, SG Construction, Brewer Agency, Mediapolis Savings Bank, Hawkeye Better Shaft, Prairie Ridge, Myers Construction, the Mediapolis News, Main Street Tire, Deb Massner Real Estate, Meepo Foods, the Mediapolis Vet Clinic, Wright Electric, Rhodes Jewelry, CMA Services, Two Rivers Bank, Morning Sun Farm Implement, Standard of Beaverdale, and Cafe Old World. Thanks again to our sponsors for bringing you tonight's Dogcast.
And this is Kim Scheitlen, joined with Ken Harshbarger tonight, bringing the action. Wapello has the ball. They've inbounded, getting pressured by Mediapolis defense, and Andrea Larson comes up with a steal. Nice dump off to Heidi Hilliard. So Mediapolis has 18 points now to Wapello's 6. No pressure at all from the Bullets now. Blake brings the ball cross court, gets it into Granado, blocked by Andrea Larson, but she drops it when she blocks it, and it was put up by, is it number 20 there?
I think it's 20, but
Molly Lands.
Lance that got that rebound, and Larson's pleading her case, but to no avail. Lance is going to the line, and Larson's charged with a foul.
And fourth team foul for Mediapolis, while Wapello has 3. Oh, he's not happy.
Lance misses the first free throw.
Second one is bad as well.
And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Bullets.
Wapello's still putting on that full court pressure. Heidi Hilliard has the ball, passes to Haley, back to Heidi. Nice pass up to court to Darby Massner. Massner tries to get it into Andrea Larson. It's tipped away, but Rachel Holstein comes up with the pass and also the shot, but misses it. Wapello has the ball. Blake passes to number 15.
Bradley Hank. Looks like number 15 that's in the ballgame.
That's an unusual name for a girl, Bradley, but that is what it does say. Darby Massner has the ball. After the turnover, gives it to Hilliard. Passes inside to Rachel Holstein. Oh, wow. She just knew what to do. They'd cleared out the side. Rachel came across the lane, and Heidi gave her the ball, and an easy 2 for the Bullets.
I'm always impressed with the Bullets and how they're always looking up for the open person. And we're going to have a foul called on Blake there. Larson came up with the rebound, and Blake was trying to rip it away from her and had a little contact, quite a little bit of contact. And so the foul was called. Now Larson's going to leave the game.
Jessica Holstein checks in for her.
And pressure continues. Feet inside.
Oh, another nice.
Good feet, Holstein. Jessica Holstein puts it down. Wow, the Bullets are just doing an excellent job of passing the ball. They're really looking for the open cutter. When they're there, they're getting the ball. And, of course, it always helps when you're the taller team because you can stand there and really look for that cutter. It's a little bit more difficult when you're shorter, so another height advantage.
Definitely. Tori Blake decides to take a three-pointer, makes that one. So scores now 22-9. Mediapolis leads with 33 seconds left in the game.
And that's Blake's first basket of the game, so we've done a good job here with 31 seconds left in the first quarter to hold her to 3 points.
And Heater and Larson and Siegel check back into the ball game. Rachel Holstein, Haley Hilliard, and Darby Massner take a seat on the bench, but had done a good job in there when they had their minutes. Tori Blake brings the ball up court. Tries to get it to Granado, and she and Larson both go to the floor trying to come for the ball. So it's Mediapolis' ball after the turnover. Jessica Holstein takes the ball out of bounds. Passes to Heidi Hilliard. Nice pass to Larson, who I think took a step before She just can't keep that ball down. A lot of times Andrea will keep the ball down and just got to keep it up so nobody can grab it, because Wapello was trying to do everything to force a turnover there, or at least go for the jump ball.
Looks like maybe Wapello's game plan on Larson is to be really, really physical and just body up on her every chance that they get, because that's what they've done so far. Shot at the buzzer is no good by Wapello. And that we end the first quarter with the Bullets leading 22-9 here at Vernon Bud McLaren Court in Mediapolis.
We'll let you listen to the fight song by the Mediapolis Band. Good job. In our lives.
Heard that song.
I used to know the routine to it, because when you were in band in junior high, a pom-pom girl, you actually had to know the routine for that. That's been a few years ago.
Well, I never knew the routine, but I've heard it lots of times.
There you go. Mrs. Almond does a good job teaching the kids the fight songs so they can sing it always right before homecoming. I think maybe they forget the words, so we kind of try to review it again and go over it. And actually I recorded my class singing it this year, all the second graders. We used that during volleyball. That was our opening for the Dogcast. The second graders singing the fight song. Should have them do that again for basketball and wrestling, Kent, if I remember. So Wapello has the ball. Well, go ahead.
Maybe they'll make that part of the core curriculum. Huh?
There.
Part of our 15%.
Yep. Yeah, that had to be Iowa 15% though, so I don't know if the Mediapolis fight song would make the whole Iowa core. Wapello has the ball, tipped away by Mediapolis, so Tori Blake will bring it inbounds again. Gets the ball to number 14, Aubrey Melvin, a player that I hadn't seen earlier. Back to Blake, inside to Granado, and she just kind of loses handle, but it looks like she's bounce passing it to number 11, Hombaum. Get the ball over in the corner again to Melvin, and the ball goes out of bounds. This time it belongs to Mediapolis.
Gina Knudsen entered the game, number 23 for the Arrows at the break there.
Mediapolis brings the ball in bounds. Aubrey Siegel gets it across the half-court line. Whoa, I thought that dribble was going to get away from her there. She gets the ball inside to Kinsley Heater. Heater takes the bounce and banks it right in for the first two of the quarter. Mediapolis leads 24-9 with 7:18 left.
The Bullets look like they're getting more comfortable with that pressure right now. They did a nice job that time of beating the pressure and going right into their offense and scoring.
Was that
it's a
foul?
It was on Heidi Hilliard.
Okay. I believe that's her first of the game. That's the 5th team foul for Mediapolis. Right now, Mediapolis has 5 team fouls. Wapello has 4, so free throws really haven't played a factor yet. Number 11 gets it inside to Hombaum. Hombaum goes up strong to the basket and makes one.
It was a nice interior feed pass there too, and then she finished. Good job of picking up where the open person was against that pressure that Mediapolis had applied. It was a long kick.
Wow. Heidi Hilliard just drained that one. She's a threat inside, outside, on defense. She's everywhere. Tori Blake has the ball and tries to get it inside. I think somebody was supposed to go one way. She's put both her hands on her face like, I can't believe they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. Or she did do what I thought she was going to do. So we'll try it again. Mediapolis has the ball. Jessica Holstein gets it to Andrea Larson. Gets it to Heidi Hilliard. And up court to, they called traveling on her, but I'm pretty sure Heidi Hilliard maybe traveled before that even happened. A lot of shuffling of the feet tonight, Kent, on both teams, really.
Yeah,
that's just a fundamental.
Some of that may be, the pressure. Both teams playing pressure defense, and you think somebody's open, and then all of a sudden the lane closes, and you don't know what to do, so you jump around a little bit.
So another foul down, I believe. Nope, they're not calling any numbers. Just went out of bounds.
And there's another steal by Hilliard. Heidi Hilliard with another steal.
So Heater has the ball wide open. Whoops, so she tries to bounce pass into Andrea Larson, and she's fouled trying to do so.
I believe that foul was on Kristen Keene.
So Smith checks out or back in while Kristen Keene checks back out.
That was the third foul.
Third foul.
So that's why she's leaving the lineup there.
Larson has the ball at the top of the key. They are really just all over her. I thought I could even hear the slap from here when she was passing the ball. Somebody got her wrist. They called it on number 1-4, Aubrey Melvin. Wapello uses a lot of players. Just when I think I know who's out there, I'm having to look down at my cheat sheet here. They get the ball over to Siegel in the corner. She puts a three-point attempt up, but misses it. Tori Blake comes down with the rebound. Bring the ball up court, gives it to Aubrey Melvin. Melvin back to Hanbaum. Hanbaum gets the ball to Tori Blake. Blake drives down the right-hand side. Aubrey Siegel takes the dribble right away from her. Brings the ball up court. Gets the ball to Heidi Hilliard.
Wapello is really physical. They put a body on you every place you go. And, they're going to pick up some fouls that way, but it looks like they're going to play a lot of people, so they're not going to really worry about that.
And just as you say that, another player, that's Bradley Hank, checks in for Hanbaum. A young team. They're all getting a lot of experience here.
The Bullets did throw that one away, too. And, again, that's that pressure. They're coming out, and they put a body on you and bump you. And
there was a nice steal by Jessica Holstein. Tries to get the fast break, but loses the handle, so she has to... Everybody catches up. She gets the ball to Andrea Larson. Larson goes up strong, makes the basket, and she'll be going to the line to shoot another one.
You know, I keep talking about this, but what a great job the Bullets do of looking for the open person. And they do that in a half-court set or off a break or anything. They really have their head and eyes up to see who's open.
They really have a lot of assistance. Yeah, really unselfish team. Andrea Larson makes the free throw, so she has another three-point play there. The old-fashioned way. I guess Haley Hilliard had the other one.
I'm not sure we've missed a free throw tonight.
We'll just keep improving that percentage. That's a good thing to do during this time of year. Blake tries to give the ball inside, but two defenders, Mediapolis defenders are there. They come around to the front, get the tip, and Mediapolis has the ball. Heidi Hilliard tries dribbling down to the baseline, loses the ball off her foot, I think, but it's recovered by Wapello. And Melvin has the ball, passes to Hank. Hank passes to Tori Blake. Dribbling around, looking for the offense. I think she took a step. Blake did, but it's not called. Puts the ball up, and Andrea Larson comes down with the defensive rebound.
There's a whole new meaning to a step-back jumper, doesn't it?
Hilliard
had 2 or 3 steps back before she shot it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's seeing this here. Smith tries bouncing the ball to a wide-open Tori Blake, but Heidi Hilliard is just right there. Wapello defender down on the floor trying to get the ball, but gets foul instead. That's Bradley Hank.
I believe she was whistled for a foul. The action got a little wild there. They were going end to end. Finally, a foul on Hank ended the scrum out there, and Hilliard's going to go to the line.
Mediapolis leads 30-11 with 4:06 left in the second quarter.
Heidi Hilliard has a 1-and-1 here.
Yeah, the team fouls really started piling up fast against Wapello. First one's good from Hilliard. 20-point lead now for the Bullets. The way this game started, I thought Wapello was going to keep it pretty close because they, like you say, a very scrappy team. Their volleyball team was like that this year too. They just played really hard, nothing fell to the floor. Second one's good as well. So Mediapolis leads 32-11 with 4:06 left in the second.
Tell you what, the Bullets are playing very well right now too. They're hitting their shots, they're hitting their free throws. So if they weren't, this would be maybe a little tighter ball game. But we're playing extremely well on the offensive end.
Wapello puts up a shot, misses it. Darby Master comes down with the defensive rebound. Master back in there, as well as Rachel Holstein and Haley Hilliard. the ball to Andrea Larson, and she's holding that ball higher there, but they're still pestering her. She gets the ball inside. Nice pass to Haley Hilliard. Haley turns around and banks it in for 2 more.
It's just so tough for Wapello to defend when you have that kind of size. You had Larson out there out on the wing passing the ball into Haley Hilliard, and they're both very tall and just can stand there and look for each other.
And not much height for Wapello.
They're really a very short team.
So here's number 20, Molly Lands, back into the ball game, and number 23, Jenna Knutson, takes a seat. Gets the ball inside to Hank, and Tori Blake puts up another one, and that's another 3-pointer. When she does shoot, she makes them.
Yeah, she has to do a lot of things for their team. It looks like she has to handle the ball and kind of be the leader out there and then try to score also.
Wow, there's the height advantage right there. Larson fakes a shot, but gets it inside. She just had to lob it over the defender to Haley Hilliard, who has a definite height advantage. Hilliard just turns it around and puts it in for 2 more. Bullets lead 36-14. And tried for a turn or get a steal there. Andrea Larson got a hand on it, but the ball went out of bounds, so Wapello will try it again.
And that was an ill-advised pass there by Blake. She was way out on the court and tried to feed down on the block, and she's lucky it wasn't stolen away. And there's a double dribble on Blake. She caught the ball, dribbled it, picked it back up, looked for a shot, and must have forgot she dribbled it because she put it on the floor again. And referee Mike Cameron didn't forget that she dribbled and called her for a double dribble.
Rachel Holstein's going to inbound the ball, and Wapello's still trying that full court pressure. Get the ball to Darby Massner. Massner dribbles up the right-hand side, spreads it out, gives her to Rachel Holstein on the left-hand side. Holstein's double team, but she keeps dribbling and gets the ball across court. Gets it to Kinsley Heater, takes a dribble, decides not to, gives it to Darby Massner, and Massner just pulls right up behind the 3-point line and puts it in.
I'll tell you what, we're machine-like right now down here on the offensive end. We're picking them apart.
Blake looks for someone open, passes it to Lands. Lands, oh, nice. She thought she had an easy baseline drive there, layup, but then a hand from Haley Hilliard came and blocked it right away from her. Nice block by Haley. I know last season she broke the all-time block record for Mediapolis in the 5-on-5 records. Just added another one right there.
So it's 39-14 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. The Mediapolis Bullets leading over the Wapello Arrows.
Kinsley Heater dribbles underneath, gives the ball to Rachel Holstein, back to Larson. Larson dribbles into the paint, tries to put it up, draws the foul. She'll go to the line as she was shooting in Wapello's in 101, or we are in 101 anyway, with Wapello having 9 team fouls. But since she was in the act of shooting, she'll go to the line to shoot too. Misses the first one.
Well, somebody had to miss. I think that's our first miss of the night, so now we can start a new string here. We'd hit 6 in a row going to that shot.
And misses that one as well. Rebound by Rachel Holstein, though. It gives it back to Andrea Larson, and wow, Larson's taking a 3-pointer. You don't see that very often, but might as well because she made it.
Yeah, tonight's our night. Tonight's our night. Everything that's going up is going in right now. So.
And those aren't even seniors trying to play really well for senior night. Those are Darby Massner is a sophomore, and so is Andrea Larson to make those last 2 3-pointers.
42-14 with 1:24 to go in the first half.
Blake inbounds the ball to Lands. Lands gets the ball to Reed. Reed takes a dribble, and Rachel Holstein just grabs the ball. Arrows pointing Mediapolis way, so we'll get that possession. Rachel Holstein gets the ball, passes to Darby Massner, trying to break that pressure, but nice play by Rachel Holstein, grabbing the ball as it's going out of bounds and tosses it to Kinsley Heater. Heater gets the ball up bounds, and we're going to try another 3-point. I'll tell you what, Larson makes another 3-point shot. I don't think I've ever seen her take a 3-point shot. let alone make them. That's 2 in a row. Wow.
You know, she spends a lot of time inside, but with Haley Hilliard in the ballgame playing down on the block, well, you got Larson playing on the outside, and boy, she's taking advantage of it. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout here by the Wapello Arrows, and that'll give us a chance to thank our sponsors one more time. Cafe Old World, Standard of Beaverdale, Morning Sun Farm Implement, Two Rivers Bank, CMA Services, Rhodes Jewelry, Wright Electric, the Mediapolis Vet Clinic, Meepo Foods, Deb Master Real Estate, Main Street Tire, the Mediapolis News, Myers Construction, Prairie Ridge, Hawkeye Petter Shop, Mediapolis Savings Bank, Brewer Agency, SG Construction, Great River Medical Center, USG, Ertz Carpet, Delzell Brothers, Creative Visions, the Mediapolis Booster Club, Eland Agency, DMC Mutual, and the Mediapolis Telephone Company. Thanks for sponsoring our Dogcast.
Tori Blake bounds the ball to Lanz. Lanz passes it to Honbaum. Reed decides she's going to go to the basket, and I believe there's a blocking foul before she makes it there. And it's on number 3-2, which is Rachel Holstein. So Holstein called for a foul. Haley Hilliard checks out of the game, and Kinsley Heater comes back in. Number 10, Sydney Reed's at the line. She'll be shooting one-on-one because that was the 7th foul on the Bullets. She makes that one. So the score is now 45-15. So 30-point lead already for the Bullets. Really high-paced scoring too. They could be close to the 100 mark before this is all over. That one, she misses it all. So Mike Cameron calls for the ball, and the Bullets will inbound it.
Okay, we have something going on here at the scorer's table. All right, now it's the Bullets inbounding. Not sure what that was about.
Not either. So Holstein and Siegel passing it back and forth to each other. Oh man, Holstein tries passing the ball. A defender from Wapello gets it. She grabs it right back from him. Larson takes it up strong for a layup, makes it, and is going to go to the line.
Larson's going to get a chance for a traditional three-point play
There you
after
go.
canning 2 long jump shots for 3. She scored that layup and is now at the free throw line.
Mediapolis leads 47-15 with 32.8 seconds left in that first half. Misses it, and Maddie Smith grabs the rebound, brings the ball up court for Honbaum. Actually, Blake gets it inside to Lanz. Lanz dribbles in the paint, stops, pulls up for the jumper, and turns around and makes it.
It's a nice little move there. Lanz is left-handed, and she got that ball at the high post, drove off to the left side, and just kind of tossed it up there and in.
Master throws the ball across court to Siegel. Siegel tries to feed it inside to Andrea Larson, but Lanz is right there to pick off the pass. And Wapello almost had a basket there before time expired, but it rolls out. So Mediapolis will go to the locker rooms with a 47-17 lead. The Bullets outscored the Arrows 25-8 in that quarter. That was a huge quarter, Kent.
Yeah, the game got out of hand in a hurry, didn't it?
It did. I didn't think we'd see the continuous clock, but we might. We already have a 30-point lead.
Wapello came out really, really physical, and I think maybe they got a little tired because they kind of backed off of that, and that can happen when you're going full speed all the time up and down the floor. You get a little tired, especially if you're not used to doing that. So the Bullets were able to take advantage of that when they did back off a little bit. Plus, the Bullets have just shot the ball exceedingly well in this ball game. I can't hardly remember an open shot that we've missed. Missed a couple free throws.
Looks like we have Jordan Wagenbach and Caleb Gerst, 2 of the seniors that will be honored tonight, coming up here to join us to talk about the boys basketball season.
I'm speaking with Caleb Gerst right now, and Caleb, just the last couple ball games, it seems like offensively you've really stepped up. And exciting win over Pekin. Boy, that was quite a ball game, and then come back with a solid win over Waco. You guys doing anything differently offensively, or?
No, and I think obviously it showed in the first half. We didn't really come out the past couple games, but Coach has been pretty inspirational there in the locker room, and we've come out and really the defense is what made the difference in the second half when we came out and played a lot harder on defense, and you could tell in the end of the game.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially in the Pekin game. The defense was non-existent in the first half, and the second half it was probably as good as I've seen it all year. And I'm sure Coach Worrell had a little something to do with that at the halftime. But tell us a little bit about being a senior this year, that you two guys have had to step up a little bit with Jesse Ertz out of the lineup, and how has the team adjusted to that?
Yeah, that was a pretty big loss. Jesse played with us all summer, and we were doing really well with him. But as a senior class, we've had a pretty big class, and we've always played well together. So I think we've adjusted better than people thought we would, just because we've all played together our whole lives, and we have a big enough senior class that there's other guys that could step up and take care of what needed to be done. So.
And Dalton Scott sure stepped up in the game with Waco and shut down Barnhart, I believe was the guy's name that was their leading scorer. He pretty much took him out of the ball game, and you've been getting some great post play from him and Forrest Stellar in the last couple of ball games, so that's been big for you.
Yeah, definitely. Our guards have done a lot this season, and it was important for us to kind of get the post involved the past couple games to kind of make that double threat, and I think we've done that pretty well the past couple games.
Well, tell me a little bit about tonight's game with Wapello. I know you had a pretty close game with them up there. What are you expecting to see from them tonight, and what do you think are some of the keys for you?
Well, I think just coming out hot right off the bat. A lot of times we don't show up till second half, and especially against Wapello, it's kind of a rival game. They're going to play you tough. So we just need to come out hot and make good decisions right off the bat, and if we take care of business, I don't think it's going to be as close.
Okay, and that's Caleb Gerst with us, and we also have Jordan Wagenbach, and we're going to talk to Jordan for just a minute here, if we can get the mic to reach that far. Well, Jordan, a lot of the offense this year has fallen on your shoulders, and you've certainly responded. You're averaging 20 points a game. Do you feel any extra pressure that when you go out there that I have to score?
I think early on I really did. I try to put too much pressure on myself and force things that weren't there for me. And now I've really relied on my teammates more these past last couple games, and it's really made my game better and made their game better too.
And on a defensive end, the other night I was impressed. You picked up 2 quick fouls in that ball game, and then you were able to play, I think, maybe the whole ball game without picking up another one or just one more. Did that scare you just a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime you get 2 fouls in the first minute, you're a little scared. Worrell might take me out of the game, so I just knew that I had to tone it down a little bit. But then I ended up only having like one more foul in the game, so it ended up working out well.
And speaking of the Wapello game tonight, again, that's it's a big rivalry, and they're going to come out pumped up, and you guys need to get the win to stay in third place in the division. Anything special planned for tonight?
No, I mean, we're just going to go out and play our game. They always seem to play really well against us all the time. I don't know what it is, but they always bring their A game when they play us, so we're going to have to bring our A game too, and just get the win, stay in third place.
And that second half in that Pekin game, your defense, you really picked the defense up. And then it seemed to me like that in the Waco game, your defense was pretty good. Like, you guys are really coming together as a defensive team. You're coming out, you're putting a lot of pressure on out of your man-to-man. Have you done anything different in practice to get ready for that, or is it just maybe you come together?
I just think it's, the practice, just getting more, we didn't have much practice at the beginning of the year. Now that we've gotten, in the swing of things, our defense, we've realized that we play good defense, it's going to lead into good offense. And we've really picked it up on the defense side of the ball, and it's helped on both sides.
Yeah, most years I've noticed Coach Worrell's teams get better and better defensively as the year goes on. And, of course, you guys probably had the worst schedule in any team in basketball at the start of the year there with all the games with no practice and away games and tough teams. So what are you thinking about as we head down to the tournament trail?
I mean, the way it's lined up, we're really excited. We got a really good chance to, make it the same point last year and go even farther. That's been our goal working all summer, is to get to the next point, get up to Wells Fargo, and we're really excited to get it started.
Well, we're excited for you, and we're looking for a victory tonight let's go out there and take care of the Indians.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thanks a lot. That was Caleb Gerst and Jordan Wagenbach, two of our senior leaders on the boys basketball team.
And I apologize to our listeners. I don't know if they heard the first half. It might be a cord that we didn't have hooked up, but it's hooked up now. Mediapolis Bullets. It's halftime right now of the girls' game. They lead 47-17, and you missed a really hot shooting first half there by the Bullets.
Yeah, that might be the best shooting performance I've seen by the Bullets this year.
I say we had 3 3-pointers in a row, and 2 of those by Andrea Larson, and I had never seen her take a 3-point attempt before, let alone she just swished both of them. What was nice to talk to Jordan Wagenbach and Caleb Gerst. I was trying to listen there, Kent, with the band playing in the background. I couldn't hear as much, but boy, they really talked about the Pekin game, what a great game it was, and how this game's definitely a rivalry. So it is nice to look down there and see the cheerleaders from Mediapolis and cheerleaders from Wapello just sitting all together down there in a big circle. So even though it's a rivalry, there's still some friendships too, since they're just right up the road.
We talking with Jordan and Caleb, I think one of the things that I thought about the other night is that Pekin game could really be a turning point in the season for them, because they come back to win when it looked like it was hopeless, get the defense going full speed ahead, follow that up with a nice solid win over Waco, and again the defense looked good. They're getting a little scoring from some other players, although certainly Jordan and Caleb have to score. And Jordan talked a little bit about early in the season that maybe he put a little bit too much pressure on himself offensively, and now he's more or less letting the game come to him, and you could see that out there too. Maybe he's more relaxed, and he's going to score, he's going to get his points, but they need some other people to step up, and they have. So hopefully tonight they can keep that rolling. I just have a good feeling about the boys basketball team that they're at that point in the season where they're going to start playing their very best basketball. And I think maybe the Bullets are playing some of the best basketball we've seen them play this year. That was quite a shooting performance in the first half. Oh. And Wapello certainly didn't make it easy on them early there. They came out very, very physical, and it did bother the Bullets a little bit, but they've got it going now, and there's no stopping them. They're up 30 here at the halftime.
That's true, and boy, what a great time for them to be peaking, because this next week the Bullets, I know, have traveled down to Keokuk on Tuesday for a JV girls and varsity girls game. Thursday, both the boys and girls travel to Highland, and to be honest, that's the only game for the boys, so that'll be nice for them to have just one game for the week to get ready for their big week coming up. The girls will have the shootout, which we believe is going to be against Notre Dame at Notre Dame on Friday, so they'll have 3 big games coming up. Highland maybe not as much, but I think Keokuk will really give them a run for their money, and Notre Dame is ranked, I believe, number 2 in Class 1A. Yeah, actually, they dropped to 4. I did see that yesterday. I think they were 2 and dropped to 4 after their loss to Central Lee.
Well, they've certainly had a good season, and it'll be exciting to see 2 of the best teams in Southeast Iowa for sure match up in that shootout.
The Bullets are taking the floor. We're ready to start the second half, and Mediapolis leads 47-17. This is Kim Scheitlin, and joined by Kent Harshbarger tonight. It's also senior night here at the Mediapolis, and you'll hear the band in the background also.
And it looks like we've got some new seniors out there on the floor to start the second half. I see Becca Markers out there, Sarah Staley, and let's see who's there. Oh, and Allison Hedges out there. Joining seniors Haley Hilliard and Jessica Holstein.
That's nice on senior night, and the Bullets certainly can afford it with a 30-point lead. Have them out there.
The other night when the reserves came in, they played very, very well against Waco, so we'll see if we get that same kind of effort tonight.
Smith throws the ball to Honbaum. Honbaum gets it inside to Keene. Keene puts it up, and she's fouled by, I believe, Haley Hilliard. Yep, 5-0 Haley Hilliard. That's her second foul of the game.
I'm kind of impressed when Wapello gets the ball inside, their girls know what to do with it in there. They, unfortunately, with the size and pressure, they haven't gotten it there too much for them. But boy, when they get it in there, they really take it to the hole strong.
First free throw is missed. by number 12, Kristen Keene, a sophomore. That second one's missed a little bit too hard, bounces off the back rim. Becca Marker has the ball, and as she's trying to get it up court, number 11, Ashley Honbaum, just gets a little bit too close, too much body, called for the foul. So Mediapolis will try to get it up court one more time. Jessica Holstein will inbounds it to Allison Hedges. Hedges passes to Haley Hilliard. Nice passes by the Bullets to break the pressure defense. Becca Marker gets the ball underneath, tries to take a couple dribbles and loses the handle. It goes out of bounds, so Wapello ball. Tori Blake will inbounds the ball.
How about Coach John Vandenberg talked to his girls about getting physical again, because they came out, picked up the early foul, and they're trying to put the pressure on again.
3-point attempt by Wapello. Looked like it was going in, but bounces out at the last second by Ashley Honbaum. Mediapolis has the ball. Becca Marker double teamed over there in the left wing and holds it for 5 seconds. Or I think Coach Rogers called a quick timeout. He knew that was probably going to be a problem, called a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like Wapello's come out with kind of renewed energy again here. And again, I'm sure that Coach Vandenberg talked to him about it at halftime, saying, we started this game out, we were playing with a lot of physicality, and then we kind of backed off, and you saw what happened. So it looks to me like just those first couple of trips down the floor that they're trying to renew that physical presence that they had in the first half. We'll see how Mediapolis, with some different players on the court, how they respond to that.
Jessica Holstein will bring the ball inbounds to Allison Hedges. Hedges passes back to Holstein, back to Hedges, cross court to Staley, over to Marker. Marker's going to attempt it and swishes it. A 2-point shot there from Becca Marker. She has a nice touch to the ball as well. Mediapolis leads 49-17. Boy, there you go. Again, Ken, like you said, when they get the ball, Wapello knows what to do with it. Kristen Keene gets the ball at the key, tries to dribble it down in the paint, and gets the ball tipped away, or kind of loses control of it actually, because Mediapolis has possession of the ball. It's ball to Allison Hedges. Tries to get it to Haley Hilliard. Haley tried to get it over the defender, but the defender got a hand on it, and Wapello picks up the turnover. Kristen Keene has the ball. Touched by Mediapolis. She has to go across the line to get it, but that's okay because Mediapolis touched it. Keene tries to get the ball inside to Maddie Smith. Not a really good idea there, and Wapello loses the ball.
Keene looks real strong inside, and she missed most of the first half. She picked up 3 quick fouls and wasn't able to play, and I'm sure that hurt Wapello's offensive effort especially. So we'll see how she continues to play here.
Mediapolis breaks the pressure. Defense there, full court pressure, I should say, and Jessica Holstein tries to pass the ball to Becca Marker. Becca misses it. Ball goes out of bounds, so Wapello will bring it in. Mediapolis has a 32-point lead right now. Tori Blake bring the ball across the half-court line, sets up the offense, passes over to Honbaum. Honbaum gets the ball tries to get the ball to Reed. Almost got batted away there by Allison Hedges, but I think Al was called for a foul instead.
The Bullets have done a good job on Blake. She hit those 2 3-pointers, but she really hasn't been offensively, she hasn't been a factor other than that.
So we have Lands back in the ball for Maddie Smith. So Wapello inbounds the ball, looking for something. There, Mediapolis to give them something. Keene takes the ball inside, but dumps it off to Lands. Lands puts it up and draws the foul. Another quick one on Allison Hedges there. That'll be her second foul. She puts it up. Doesn't drop through though. Second one is good, so Wapello gets their first point of the third quarter with 5:49 left. Mediapolis leads 49-18. And again, you're listening to Kim Scheitlen and Kent Harshbarger. We're here at Mediapolis, Bud McLaren Court, watching the Wapello Arrows battle the Mediapolis Bullets. Mediapolis misses his shot. Wapello brings the ball up court. Passes to Reed. Gets the ball to Honbaum. Back to Blake. Into Lands. Back to Reed. Oh, I thought Keene double dribbled there. Didn't she dribble, lose the ball, and then dribble again?
I thought so too, but I think the official thought maybe it went off of the foot of Hilliard.
Okay. Blake will inbound the ball to Lands. She tries to get it inside to Keene and does over Hilliard. And Keene knows what to do with it, puts it in for 2. So 20 points now for Wapello. To Mediapolis' 49. Full court pressure. Mediapolis breaks it. Jessica Holstein has a pass to Sarah Staley. Back to Allison Hedges. Hedges steps up to the 3-point line and sinks one.
She had one of those the other night too, so she's got good range out there.
She does. I think she had 2 in a row the other night, I was thinking, but. So I'm glad that's nice for her senior year to be out there for senior night and make one. And we get the ball to Lands. Wapello does, right, a little inside the free throw line. She puts it up for 2.
Nice pass there by Keene. She started to make a move to the basket, was cut off and dumped the ball over to Lands, who was wide open.
Sarah Staley's going to try one, but misses it. Barely. Becca Marker gets the offensive rebound, passes it to Allison Hedges, who lobs it into Hilliard. Hilliard misses it, but it drops in Jessica Holstein's hands. She puts it up for 2 points. Looks like we have maybe the starters set to return to the game right now for Mediapolis.
Sometimes it's your night, and that was a pass that was way off the mark and ended up being a nice assist.
So air ball by Tori Blake. I don't know if somebody got a hand on it. I don't believe so because Mediapolis is going to get possession of it. So nice job by the senior. We have Kensley Heater, Aubrey Siegel, Heidi Hilliard, Rachel Holstein, and Andrea Larson back in the game. So we have some more seniors out there as well with Heater and Siegel. Get the ball to Larson. Larson passes it back to Hilliard. Siegel's over there trapped in the corner. She tries to get out of there, takes a step, is called for traveling. So number 14 checks in the ball game, Aubrey Melvin. I'm not sure who took a seat. Looks like number 10, Sydney Reed. Blake brings the ball up court for Wapello, gets the ball to Keene. Back to Blake, tries to get it back to Keene, but Aubrey Siegel's there to intercept that pass, and she was fouled, I believe, by Lands as she tried to get the ball up court.
I don't believe Blake's been out of the ball game. I believe she's played the whole ball game, so and Letty's got to be in pretty good shape because the pace of this game has been pretty fast.
And as you said, she's the leader in everything. She pretty much, I guess, has to be out there, but boy, you would think she needs a break every now and then. Aubrey Siegel gets the ball to Heidi Hilliard, back to Kensley Heater. Tries to bounce it in the baseline to Rachel Holstein. Rachel can't quite hold on to it, and Wapello will get the ball. Tori Blake bring the ball. Bullets are lagging back there, not playing any full court pressure. Just waiting to pick up the pressure as soon as they cross that half court line. Keene has the ball at the key, does a nice baseline drive there and puts it in for 2.
She's really tough inside. That might have been one of the keys when she went out in that first quarter. I didn't realize how much of a part of their offense she really was.
Heidi Hilliard takes a step there when she gets the ball. So number 4, Tori Blake will bring it in. Tori Blake passes to Lands. I think Lands and Keene were both going for the ball, so instead it gets picked up by Kensley Heater. Heidi Hilliard has the ball, makes a drive down to the right-hand side, pulls back up. They get the ball to Aubrey Siegel. Siegel tries a 3-point attempt, misses it. Rachel Holstein gets the offensive rebound to Heater, over to Hilliard. Hilliard puts it up, air ball. Andrea Larson grabs the rebound, puts it back up for 2. Mediapolis leads 56-24.
Hilliard's going to tell you that was a pass.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, she's going to want an assist on that.
So Keene, boy, she's not scared to drive in there and know that she's going to be overpowered. And she almost made it. Actually got her own offensive rebound. Coming up a little bit gimpy, she went to the floor. She's back here down for defense now. Kensley Heater has the ball back at the top of the key to Hilliard. Over onto the left-hand side, the left wing to Rachel Holstein. Keene was right there for a block, too. I'm kind of surprised.
And it's just that kind of night, though. After the block, the ball rolled right over to Heater under the basket. So Yeah, this is one of those nights when everything's kind of going our way. Keene came in only averaging 2.9 points per game, but boy, she looks tough out there. She's got 6 points and has just consistently taken the ball to the basket.
And only a sophomore, too. I think Wapello's going to have a pretty good girls team here in the next year or two.
They look real solid.
They will lose Blake, though. She's a senior.
They'll have to figure out a way to replace her leadership. But, boy, they got a nice nucleus of young kids coming in here if they can add a little bit something to it.
Number 22, Granado, checks into the ball game for Wapello. Heater misses the second one as well. Tori Blake picks up the defensive rebound, gets the ball to Hanbaum. Hanbaum over to Melvin. Looking for somebody open, and Keene shaking her head, no, don't throw it to me now. Blake gets the ball, now Keene picks it up, back to Blake, back to Hanbaum, makes a little head fake there. I think that was going to be a shot attempt, but instead passes it to Keene, back out to Melvin. Shot attempts no good. Siegel down the left-hand side. She's left-handed, so you would think that would be pretty natural for her, but she loses the handle and the ball goes out of bounds. Blake will bring the ball back in.
Yeah, we haven't been real sharp in this quarter. The reserves who started the half played pretty well, but since most of the starting lineups returned, we've been a little shaky out there, forced a few things.
Wapello still trying to get the ball across the line. Blake gets it to Keene. Oh, they have a 3-on-2 here. Keene was going to take it all the way, and probably a good foul there by Aubrey Siegel, because I think Keene would have just taken it and taken it right in for a layup.
Probably any foul against Wapello is a good foul. I just looked up there, shooting for the season about 34% from the free throw line. So yeah, I'd say if they had a good look, foul them. I'm not out to guarantee that this young lady nails 2 here.
That's true.
If it works the other way, it ought to work this way.
Keene's at the line.
Didn't work for
there you go. Hits the back rim, bounces out. Number 15, Bradley Hank checks into the ball game for Hanbaum. Puts this one in and it hits. Oh, I thought she was going to hit the back rim, but she banked that one. So you only half jinxed or unjinxed them, I guess would be the term. Rachel Holstein gets the ball to Hilliard across the court. She dumps it off to Larson. Larson tries to go up for a layup, a little bit too far underneath the basket, but it didn't matter. She was fouled anyway. She just won't get the 3-point play, but she gets a chance to shoot 2 at the free throw line.
We need her to knock down a couple here. She's missed 2 or 3 tonight. We need her to step up there and knock these down.
Remind listeners, if you'd like to email us, it's at dogcast@meepotelco.net. We'd love to hear from you. We're glad you can hear us now. Missed the first half of the game, but Mediapolis led 47-17 at halftime, and they've just got the offense still going. Now it's a 58 to 25 point lead, and I'm praying for that 35-point rule. We have 33 right now, but just as soon as I say that, you know Wapello is going to make one and not Mediapolis. So Granado tries underneath basket, misses it. Heidi Hilliard gets the rebound. Taken away, though, by Bradley, I believe that is. Oh, nope, that was Hank. Back over to Tori Blake. Bradley to Keene. Tries to get it inside to Granado, but Heidi Hilliard comes flying out of nowhere, gets the ball to Siegel. She's going to try a three-pointer, misses it. Hank pulls down the rebound, keeps the ball, tries to get it across, and she's being fouled closely by Kensley Heater and Heidi Hilliard, and I think they're going to call a foul. Whoops. On Heidi Hilliard. I thought maybe they would call it on Kensley, but maybe it was on the backside. They're trying to swat the ball away.
Yeah, Hilliard made a really athletic play there. She snared that rebound, threw it way down court. Siegel put up the shot, and it was she was then followed up and got the rebound. Right at the buzzer, it's
Keene
again. So the quarter ends with the Bullets leading 58-27.
So it was a closer scoring quarter. Mediapolis outscored Wapello just 11-10 on that quarter. We'll go into the fourth quarter. Probably expecting the same things. Probably see a few more reserves, more seniors getting some playing time. In between the boys and the girls game, we'll have the senior recognition of the basketball players and any cheerleaders, but I believe they're only basketball players. So, fight song there by the Mediapolis band. And then we'll palms will start to get sweaty and get ready for that basketball action with the boys that I know is going to be quite a rivalry out there. Hopefully the Bulldogs can carry over the success they had Saturday night from the come-behind win over Pekin and their win over Waco on Tuesday night and make it a trifecta.
Well, the Bullets are going to inbound here, 58-27.
Have some little girls that need to get through before they can inbound the ball.
At least they didn't run out on
There
the
you
court
go.
to get there.
There you go. Allison Hedges has the ball. We have those seniors back in. Passes to Sarah Staley, another senior. She's double teamed over there in the right wing. Luckily, the ball goes out of off a Wapello player's foot, so Mediapolis will retain possession. Jessica Holstein will inbound the ball, gets it to Allison Hedges. Hedges looks, I thought maybe she's going to lob it to Haley Hilliard, but tries passing it to Marker. And like you say, the pass is deflected, but Jessica Holstein picks it up. Tries to get it cross court to Jessica Holstein. Again, Wapello, they have a lot, you know, for their height, their hands are everywhere, though.
They're a very, very physical team. They really are. Especially for a young team. A lot of times you don't see a young team be that physical, but they are, and they're hammering on people down there. I think maybe the officials have decided, hey, we're going to let the clock go a little bit here, so when you catch the ball, you better grab and hang on because they're going to come after you.
Sarah Staley has the ball to Holstein to Marker. Back to Hedges. Hedges takes the dribble, and I believe that was Melvin there to almost get it, but picked back up by Marker. Cross court to Hedges. She looks at the basket, decides not to take a three-point shot. That's Al's shot of choice. Oh, and Keene just nails Sarah Staley in the face. Staley goes down, but comes up with a grin, as Sarah always does. She's getting caught over there in the wing every time.
Keene was flying over there, and that's her fourth foul, I believe.
Sarah says, fly at me this time. I'm going to dribble around you, take the shot. She misses it. Jessica Holstein there for the offensive rebound. Staley thought about a three-point attempt. Holstein does a head fake behind the three-point line, dribbles the left baseline, and gets fouled by...
Renato.
Wait for...
Number 22.
Okay.
It's called for the foul.
That's the sixth team foul on Wapello. Jessica will go to shoot two. She was in the act of shooting. And her first one from the charity stripe is good. This gives Mediapolis a 59 to 27 lead. 32-point lead is what I was thinking there. With 6:59 left in the game. I have 60. Kent to 27, but now they just changed. Okay, because they hadn't given her that first free throw, so I thought maybe I'd messed something up. I was going back and looking at my stats. That always makes me feel good to know that I can still count. So, right hand, yeah. Number 14, Aubrey Melvin, was making a move towards the basket, dribbling down their right-hand side. That's our 16 foul, so both teams have 6. Next one will be in the bonus. I don't know what they decided. That must have gone out on Mediapolis.
Yeah, Mike Cameron didn't see it, and he pointed to one of the other guys, and they said it was what?
So, get the ball to Lands.
Lands scores again. She's had a nice night, too. That's 7 points for her off the bench.
So every time we get to that 33-point mark, Wapello comes back and makes a basket. Becca Marker has the ball. Tie up by Granado. Tori Blake will inbounds the ball to number 14, Aubrey Melvin. Back to Blake. Up to Melvin. Over to Blake. Blake drives down the left-hand side, just pulls it back up, gives it to Melvin, who's at the free throw line. She attempts it, misses it. Haley Hilliard pulls down the rebound, but Haley, I don't think, realized the defender was right behind her, and it was deflected, and Wapello still has the ball. But not for long, because Granado's there with 3 Mediapolis players around her, gets tied up, and possession arrow will be going Mediapolis' way this time. Jessica Holstein inbounds the ball to Allison Hedges. Hedges gets the ball to Holstein. Still haven't got it across the court line there. Pressure by Wapello. Now they do, almost do, but pass is just a little bit too far. Hedges gets a hand on it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Wapello will bring it back. A little sloppy play now. This seems like can't.
Yeah, it's gotten a little ragged out there. Both teams have a little trouble focusing on the game right now.
I think they know there's hands everywhere. They have to make hard passes, but some of those hard passes are going out of bounds. Becca Marker tries for the rebound, and I thought it was off of her. I thought she had her hands on it, but there must have been a Wapello defender that swatted it out of her hands because Mediapolis gets the ball. Haley Hilliard and Jessica Holstein come take a seat.
And we just got a whole lot smaller out there on the court. We pretty much got all guards out there right now.
Aubrey Siegel passes the ball to Becca Marker. She drives down the left-hand side, gets it inbounds to Sarah Staley. Sarah attempts it, misses it, back out to Siegel. Siegel has one just go all the way around the rim, a three-point attempt, and picked up by number 15, Bradley Hank. Hank tries to pass it, cross court to Lands. Ball goes out off of Wapello's hand.
See, I told you it's our night. We were confused and left somebody wide open, and they tried to make a pass to her and it went out of bounds. That's all the substitutions. I think we were a little confused on who we were guarding, and somebody was wide open, but it didn't pay off.
Staley pulls up and does a shot attempt, misses it. Aubrey Siegel gets the offensive rebound. Allison Hedges has the ball, dribbles around the top of the key, over to the right-hand side, back to the left to Siegel. Siegel dribbles down, gets it inside. Nice bounce pass there to Sarah Staley. Sarah hesitated just a little bit, enough for the Wapello defender to get her hand on it. Looked like it was going to be an easy layup. We have 4:41 left in the fourth quarter. Mediapolis leads 60-29. Staley to Hedges. Just ripped right out of her hands by Tori Blake. And Blake makes an easy layup there to cut the Mediapolis lead to 29 points. Peter gets the ball across court to Hedges. Or across the half court line, I should say. Hedges makes a move, and believe she was fouled by number 15, Hank. Even though that was the one, she was the one that was on the floor. That's a 17th foul, so Hedges will go to the line to shoot one-on-one. Allison Hedges puts a lot of arc on it. It hits the bankboard, but bounces off. Picked up by Keene. Tied up by Heater. So did they call that a foul, or did they call that a jump ball? Okay.
Possession arrow was in favor of the
Okay.
Arrows.
It's kind of a quick whistle. I wasn't sure exactly what happened there. They get the ball to Keene. Wapello does, and without the height to stop her there, she drives right to the hoop, puts it up, misses the shot, but she'll go to the free throw line. But as Kent mentioned earlier, I think they're, what'd you say, 38% for Wapello? 34%. You know, I think I could even still make that, but I don't know. I shouldn't say things like that. Oh dear. That one bounced up so high, rolled off the top of the bankboard. And now we have Andrea Larson back in the game, Rachel Holstein, Darby Massner, joined by Aubrey Siegel and Kinsley Eater.
4:09 remaining here in the ball game.
Got a nice arc on that one.
Gets one to drop. So that makes it 60-32 in favor of the Bullets.
Keene's had a nice game. I don't know how many points she has right now. Up there they said, they say have 13. I didn't have that many exactly, but
I don't either. I only have her for 10, but
okay.
she had a good night either way.
She did, right. Because I think there was only one player from Wapello in double figures, and that was, or averaging double figures, and that was Blake.
Actually, Blake was just under that.
Okay.
So. But yeah, Keene's looked really good. She takes that ball strong to the basket.
Rachel Holstein goes to the line, a foul on the other end of the court, makes the first one. I believe those are Rachel's first points of the night. Are they not? Oh, nope, she had a basket in the first quarter. Makes that one as well, so she's up to 4 now. And they say 5 on the scoreboard.
We've had a pretty good night from the free throw line tonight.
We have. Very good time for that to happen. Granado has the ball underneath. Tori Blake pass it back to her. She tries a three-pointer. It rims out. Darby Massner picks up the rebound. Trying to get the ball across the half-court line. Has a nice pass to Kensley Heater, 2-on-1, and she passes a nice pass by Heater to Holstein. Holstein goes up strong, misses it, but gets fouled.
And there's that great job of looking up court again. Just always got their head and eyes up and make the pass. So Holstein's right back at the free throw line again.
She made the first two. Oh, that one rolls out. I still only have 4 points for her for the game, but the board up there says 5, but I have 5 now.
Mine's the same as yours.
Okay.
So we have to be right.
Well, that's the way I figure it. So Tori Blake has the ball.
Oh,
And she still hasn't had a break this half either, Kent. That girl has to be tired.
She's played the whole ball game. And she's played hard the whole ball game, too.
Now, did they have a game last night, Wapello?
I think maybe they did. I'm not sure. Seems like maybe they had a makeup game with somebody.
Okay. Mediapolis was lucky enough not to. We have number 15, Bradley Hank at the line. She misses the first one. Second one is up, and that one's good. So Mediapolis leads 63-33. Double team and Darby Master. She tries to get the ball to Larson. Tori Blake steals it. Has a nice pass. Gets the ball to number 11. Honbaum. This is it. Wow, what defense. Pressure there by Wapello. But Mediapolis gets the ball across the half-court line. Siegel takes a couple. Stops. Puts it up. Misses it. Rebound by Heater. She kind of gets out of the traffic. Puts it back up herself. Another offensive rebound. This time by Rachel Holstein. Holstein gets the ball at the top of the key to Darby Massner. She holds the ball up across, but it's knocked out by Honbaum. And Honbaum makes a nice left-handed layup there. Mediapolis leads 63-35. Wapello timeout, I believe, or I don't know whose timeout it was, but 2:43 left in the game with a 28-point lead for the Bullets. So it looks like another conference win for the Bullets. They only have one conference game, and that's next week against Highland on Thursday, a makeup game. It wasn't made up because of weather. It's made up because of the girls' volleyball team had to play on that Friday, I want to say November 15th, and that was supposed to be the girls' first game. Of course, with most of the volleyball players also playing basketball, couldn't happen. So it was supposed to be 2 boys games. Now everybody will be playing 2 JV games and 2 varsity games at Highland on Thursday.
Be a lot of basketball that night.
Very well. That's one chance I usually get to see the JV boys play because they play, normally if we're here at Mediapolis, they play at the same time the varsity girls do, but at Highland last year they played in the regular gym, so I just stayed in there, found my place, and got to watch them play. And they have a nice, talented, fresh soft team as well. I think they have maybe 3 losses for the season.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed with him the other night. I saw him play mid-Prairie early in the season, and he played pretty well. Came on strong in the second half, got a win. And then the other night, saw him play Wapello, and yeah, there's some nice players out there. And we need them with all the seniors that are going to be walking out here between games.
Yeah. Abby Eberhardt in the game now for the Bullets. She gets fouled. She goes to the line. We'll see if Abby can get her name in the books. This is the first one. Puts the second one up, and this one's good. So Abby Eberhardt gets her first point of the game. Blake brings the ball up court. Over to Hank. Oh, wow. He went down hard, but Keene gets the ball and takes it up strong. Wapello gets a Mediapolis turnover. Blake goes up, misses the shot, but she is fouled, so she'll go to the line also. So Tori Blake of Wapello tried to get to add to her total, misses the first one, hits the back rim and comes out.
You know, you wonder, they're 9-9 coming into this game, what their record might be if they just hit 50% at the free throw line. Blake
She
missed
misses.
another one.
Heidi Hilliard double team trying to get the ball up court, but finds Darby Massner, the height advantage. Boy, if she had some people on her that were the same size as her, I don't know, it wouldn't be as easy. Offensive rebound by Rachel Holstein, puts it back up and scores 2. Mediapolis leads 66-37 with 1:44 left in the game. Hank passes, or tries to pass, I should say, to Blake, but Eberhardt really anticipated that pass, went for it, knocked it out of bounds, so we'll try it again. Andrea Larson and Heidi Hilliard will take a seat on the bench, and we have now Ashley Hedges in there and Allie Massner. So 2 Massners in there, and Eberhardt, a Holstein, and a Hedges. Again, part of that sister group. It seems like a lot of those names we already said, but different first name, same last name. So Tori Blake will inbounds the ball for Wapello.
That means we have a fairly good chance of getting it right if we just call the last name, right?
Yes. Gets the ball across court there to Honbaum. She tries to dribble through 2 defenders. Just not going to happen. Eberhardt has the ball and is really being pestered by 2 Wapello defenders. They get the ball, but they're called for double dribbling. I believe that was Hank that was bringing the ball up court. So Ashley Hedges has the ball. She had, I think, 5 for 5 on 3-pointers the other night, last Friday night during the Fresh Soft game. I don't know if Mediapolis is going to get a chance to shoot, though. The ball just stays on the Wapello side. Wapello.
Yeah, this game, the end of this game is taking a little while.
Yes.
With not too many points going on the board. That was a free throw that's good.
By Honbaum.
When your team is shooting 34%, that's a pretty important free throw, isn't it?
You bet. I bet Bud just looking down here on the court, shaking his head, saying, "Oh man."
There's another one that's good.
Hedges has the ball, tries to get it up court to Darby Massner, tipped away by number 10. I believe that's Sydney Reed. Yep. She started the game, but she hasn't seen too much action on the floor. Allie Massner passes to Hedges. Hedges to Eberhardt, but Eberhardt just a little bit over her head there, so Blake comes up with it, dribbles down, and misses the layup.
And Hedges read the scouting report. She just fouled her rather than give her the layup.
Yep, like you said, that's the best bet there. Oh, she's starting to make them now, though, or they are. I guess if they go there enough, you should.
3 in a row. That's 3 in a row. That could be a season record.
Oh,
Yeah,
second one's good away as well. So Mediapolis has a 66-41 point lead with under a minute left in this game.
You know, I kind of joked about what their record might be if they'd made free throws, but if they get to the line most of the time like they have tonight, it really could have made a big difference for them as the year goes on.
Keen's in the paint, puts the ball up, misses it. Granado comes down with it. Rachel Holstein gets the defensive rebound, tries to dribble, or she does dribble through 2 defenders. Looked like she was going to take it all the way. I think she thought Darby Massner was there, bounced past it too, but it was actually Reed.
One of the arrows was just waiting there.
Honbaum fakes, misses it. Reed puts it up, misses it. Rachel Holstein gets the rebound. Oh, again tries passing it to Massner. This time Massner sees it after Holstein yells at her that she had passed it to her. Hedges fakes, gets the 2 defenders in the air and goes around them, gets the ball over down. Massner has it down in the right wing, up to Ashley Hedges at the 3-point line, right at the buzzer. So another win in the books for Mediapolis. I believe that makes the Bullets 17-1.
17-1 and 17-0 in
Conference
division play. So a big win. Wapello came out and was pretty much game in the first quarter. But after that, in that second quarter, the Bullets had a little string where they couldn't miss a shot and just blew the game wide open. And the second half got a little sloppy at times, but it was a solid win again for the Bullets. Wapello falls to, I believe, to 9-10 on the season.
But other than Blake, and I think there was one other senior on the team, Jenna Knudsen, they really will be returning a lot of players, and they're a scrappy team. I really look for Wapello to be a team to contend with in the conference here in the next year or two, because they didn't let the Bullets intimidate them at all.
No, they were not intimidated. They had a little spell there where maybe they got a little tired, I thought, and then Keene was Rachel Holstein on 7. Here comes the introduction of the seniors.
We have Kensley Heater, daughter of Jill and Dave Heater. We're going to miss her on the volleyball court and on the basketball court as well. She has probably her best sport even coming up with golf.
Yeah, she's an outstanding golfer. I see her up in Indian Hills all the time.
It would be nice for her this year, hopefully, to break that barrier and qualify for state in golf. She's always qualified for the regional. We have now Allison Hedges being joined by her parents, Kim and Jeff Hedges. So Allison Hedges, also a softball player, and a cross country. She went to state this year with the cross country team. Now Haley Hilliard being joined by her parents, Cheryl and Bill Hilliard. Gets a hug from mom and dad. Haley really busy as well. Jessica Holstein, joined by her parents.
Kind of a happy, sad moment as
you bet.
And as a parent when this happens.
So Becca Marker, our next senior, joined by her parents. Wow, did they say Louisiana State and major in biology? So
Go down there and check out the alligators.
There you go. Tanner Mingo, another senior. So she was a wrestling cheerleader last year, decided her senior year she wanted to go out for basketball. Aubrey Siegel. Wow, Aubrey's a busy girl. So Jerry Woods announcing the seniors' plans. Kind of got stuck on a word there. Boy, if these are only the senior girls, we have probably just as many senior boys. Now Sarah Staley. She was busy in volleyball as well. That what I mentioned. So, as a softball player.
The senior girls get a big hand here from the crowd, and they've certainly accomplished an awful lot on the basketball floor, and most of them played on the volleyball team.
8 seniors. Now we have boys basketball seniors. Izzy comes out there. I hope his mom's here. Oh, that's nice. Grandma's here. I know Mom was here for football. Izzy gives Grandma a big hug. He gives her a flower. Dustin Belknap, the next senior. Son of Annette and Mike Belknap.
You know, this dates me a little bit. I coached Mike when he was in high school. Dustin has better range than Mike had.
Yeah.
Mike was a good defensive player and a good rebounder, but he had very limited range.
I think his sisters had maybe I shouldn't even be, a lot of the basketball abilities. Judy and Chris were both really good basketball players for the Bullets. And Micah Hales. Caleb Gerst, our next senior, joined us earlier on the dogcast, but I don't know if that's when we were we weren't completely plugged in, so I don't know if we got to hear that interview, but you had a nice interview with Caleb earlier.
I think they might have got
Dalton Scott's our next senior.
Dalton Scott, the next senior, son of Rhonda and Jeff.
He's been involved in football, basketball, and track during high school. After graduation, Dalton plans to attend SCC, then transfer to Western Illinois to finish a major in criminal justice.
Yeah, when he talked with him during football season, he said he kind of was talking to Western Illinois about maybe playing football, but it sounds now like maybe he's going to go to Southeastern first. So, Jordan Wagenbach.
He's been involved in football, basketball, and baseball during high school.
Joined by his mom and dad. So they're not listening to the dogcast tonight. I bet they'll leave right after this and listen to the dogcast. Probably two of our best or most frequent listeners. Looks like we have Forrest Steller next.
I'm not sure we're going to have room for all these.
I was going to say,
we're going to have to build a bigger gym.
We're not exaggerating. They stretch from one end of the gym to the next. If you catch this replay of this on MTC Local Channel 10, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. We still have Brody Armstrong. Are there any other seniors after that?
I don't see anybody else standing in the door, so I think maybe Brody might be it.
And our final senior, Brody Armstrong.
Brody Armstrong. Parents are Kathy and Gary Armstrong.
Brody's been involved in football, basketball, track, National Honor Society, Friends of Rachel, Junior Achievement, FTC Robotics, Spanish Club, Cyan.
Mom got a little lipstick on him before the game. He's going to wipe that off.
Like I'm not going on the court with lipstick.
No, I don't blame him.
No way.
Brody's kind of a little shy a little bit anyway, so.
Wow. What a group of seniors and what accomplishments as you look down there on the floor and you think about everything they've accomplished in their 4 years, not only in basketball, but in sports and academics and music and whatever else you want to talk about. And
I know who we're missing. Jesse Ertz.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the one we're even above, isn't it? They had Jesse.
I wonder if
there. I'm confused.
Going on for just games that are going to be tough, and so hit the practice court, and of course the varsity just keeps rolling. That was an impressive win tonight. I thought Wapello came out there early and was very physical with you, and the girls responded to that. So another nice win as the season just keeps rolling on.
I agree, and I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks a lot. That was Coach Todd Hilton. He's the assistant coach for the varsity and heads up the fresh soft team, an undefeated fresh soft team to this point with some really tough games coming up. But we're going to keep an eye on that and see what they do, if they can roll on through this season. And of course, we just had senior night here and saw all those seniors out there, so we're looking forward to seeing those girls with some of those excellent freshmen and sophomores.
And see some of those sophomores even out on the court right now with the starting. But just think how much better our fresh soft team would be if Heidi Hilliard and Andrea Larson. I think that's why last year they did play the fresh soft, and there was one game they scored over 100 points. The fresh soft.
Yeah, they're certainly ready for varsity action, as they proved all year. They've actually been somewhat dominant at the varsity level. And it's good to know that we're going to be feeding some more people with some talent, and they're learning it. As Coach Hilton talked about, they're learning that system. They're getting better at it, and so they're just going to be able to feed right into that.
Got an email from Hannah Hilliard, who's listening up in Ames, and she wants to wish happy 18th birthday to Haley, but she says Haylers. I don't know if she just did. I think that must be what she calls her. So what a nice night for Haley's 18th birthday, and to have senior night as well. So, well, boy, the Bulldogs, I'll tell you what, warming up down there. They are not, okay, now I'm going to jinx them, but they are not missing a shot. So hopefully good things are going to happen. Wapello's warming up as well. And when you look at them, they just don't have the size that I don't think the Bulldogs have. But I know we don't have anybody that's real dominant out there with size either. Schoonover's not even practicing. I think he's just kind of batting the balls back to people.
Well,
not sure why he's not warming up.
Maybe he's ready.
Maybe he's practicing rebounding or something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure hoping that we can come out tonight strong. That's been a little bit of a weakness for the Bulldogs here, is that they tend to start kind of slow. So I'm hoping they can get off to a good start tonight. I think the fact that it's Wapello, at least mentally, they should be up and ready to play. And this has been, as far as I know, a normal school day for them. So they're not like that Saturday. I think sometimes I talked about that.
Yeah.
That you got a day off and you don't follow your normal routine. That can affect your. You try to say you're ready, but you're just not mentally in the same spot. But having worked all day in school, they should be ready to go tonight.
There you go.
Wapello just brings out the best in our athletes a lot of times.
I think
and
so.
I'm sure for them too. I mean, it works both ways.
So with 5:49 left to go before we'll hear the starting lineups, run through these sponsors, and if you stop in, be sure and thank these folks for bringing you the basketball and wrestling season, the Dogcast. Cafe Old World. Stop in before or after the game for some of Old World's famous pizza. Standard of Beaverdale, your locally owned lumber and home center, is proud to support Mediapolis and thanks you for your support. Morning Sun Farm Implement, proud to be a sponsor of this Mediapolis Dogcast. Two Rivers Bank, sponsors of the Bulldog Bank and providers of Mediapolis scholarships. CMA Services would like to wish the best of luck to our wrestling and basketball teams. Rose Jewelry, supporters of Mediapolis students and athletes. Go Dogs and go Bullets. Wright Electric, see Travis or Ed Wright for all of your electrical needs. Mediapolis Vet Clinic, large and small animals, routine exams, vaccinations, x-rays, in-house blood work, and surgeries. Meepo Foods, where customer satisfaction is always first. Proud supporters of Meepo Sports. Debmaster Real Estate, looking to make your next home in Mediapolis? Call Debmaster at 319-759-3715. Main Street Tire. Sign up for the Main Street Tire Car Care Club and enjoy benefits and discounts on car services. The Mediapolis News. Stay up to date on Meepo Sports and area happenings for only $35 a year. Myers Construction, no job is too big or too small. Myers Construction can handle them all. Prairie Ridge, providing care for Des Moines County and the Mediapolis community. Hawkeye Petter Shop, fill out an application today for positions now open at Hawkeye Petter Shop. Mediapolis Savings Bank, supporters of the Mediapolis community, its students, and athletes. Brewer Agency is your local hometown insurance agency, providing all your insurance needs. SG Construction currently has lots available for purchase in the RDM LLC subdivision in Meepo. Great River Medical Center, dedicated to improving the region's health by providing quality care. USG, a proud supporter of Mediapolis schools and athletics. Ertz Carpet, your home for Dura Ceramic, Congolium, and Armstrong Flooring. Delsdale Brothers, your local dealer for Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep, and also your local dealer supporting local events. Creative Visions, hair care for the whole family, cuts, coloring, perms, and tanning. Meepo Booster Club is proud of our student athletes on and off the field. Elin Agency, DM Mutual. Contact Elin Agency in Des Moines County Mutual for all of your insurance needs. Mediapolis Telephone Company, proud to sponsor this Mediapolis Dogcast and watch the replay on MTC's Cable Channel 10.
Well, we're about just a little under 3 minutes until we start action here in this Southeast Iowa Super Conference North Division matchup between the Wapello Indians and the Mediapolis Bulldogs.
So the Wapello Indians aren't on the court right now. They haven't come back, but the Mediapolis Bulldogs still taking a few warm-up shots. Coach Whirl watching them closely. He's going to talk to the referee. Get a little official time here. He told me that's always important. Always know who the officials are. He was telling them goodbye the other night before I was getting ready to interview him. He told me how important that was. Mediapolis fans playing the fight song, and here come the Wapello Indians back on the court. We still have 2 minutes left, and the cheerleaders are now in cutoff blue jean attire and flannel shirts, and I'm assuming that's for their dance routine that they will do at halftime. Maybe have a little country hoedown or something coming up. I would think that would be kind of hard. And they have boots on too. Might be a little difficult to do some cheering.
Hope they don't do any pyramids in those boots. That
No.
might be a little tough on the bottom row.
Yeah. So it was Orange Crush night tonight. I just remembered that. When I look over to my right, I see a little bit of orange, but not a lot. And I did see a little bit of it. I think it was in the newspaper, Orange Crush night. I completely forgot about it. I guess I didn't even, I left a little bit to go get some gas, so I'm ready to go to Lone Tree tomorrow. I'm black. I thought it was blackout night. Can't you have orange and black on though?
Well, not
Predominantly
exactly.
white, but that's all right.
It's,
We
I
won.
have to be honest with you, it's red and black.
Oh, it is. It's from SEC. I'm not even, see?
SEC, and so I'm still wearing my SEC gear, so.
There we go. We both came straight from work.
And of course, we were glad to hear that Dalton Scott said he was coming our way.
There you
didn't
go.
know that, so I'm happy to hear that.
I wasn't listening closely enough to hear how many were coming your way. Was Aubrey Siegel? I know she was going into nursing.
Hear all of them. I just happened to hear that one, so.
Get the starting lineup now for the Wapello Indians. Number 15, Holden Brockway, only a sophomore. And for the Bulldogs, we will have number 50, Forrest Stellan, a senior.
Out second for the Indians, number 21, Will Rios.
21, Will Rios, a senior.
Out second for the Bulldogs, senior, number 12, Caleb Harrison.
And senior number 12, Caleb Gerst, comes out for the Bulldogs.
Out third for the Indians, number 23, Alex Rowland.
I missed that name. Alex Rollinger, a junior for Wapello.
Out third for the Bulldogs, playing guard, senior, number 22, Jordan Wagenbach.
And Jordy Wagenbach comes out. See, his parents are still here. That's good. They'll get to see Jordan play. Tucker Massner, number 25, comes out for the Indians. His dad went to school here. I believe that's Troy Massner's son. Number 24, Dustin Belknap, another senior.
Out fifth for the Indians, number 53, Jordan.
Yep, Jordan Schoonover comes out for the Indians. A senior.
Out fifth for the Bulldogs, senior, playing forward, number 20, Dalton Scott.
And number 20, a senior, Dalton Scott. So all seniors for the Bulldogs tonight. So we definitely key to the game. We need to come out strong. Definitely play defense the first half, not like the Pekin game. You can't let Wapello get into it.
Yeah, I think you want to come out, if you come out strong and get a lead, and obviously we're the favored team. We have the better record, and so you want to come out strong and get a lead, and maybe make them think, hey, we're probably not going to win this game. If they get off to a fast start, then they're going to believe, hey, we can win this game, and then they're going to hang around longer. So hopefully we won't wait till the second half to play defense tonight.
So I imagine Dustin Belknap's going to take the circle against Schoonover. I think Dustin maybe will be able to get off the floor a little bit. Schoonover's a big guy. I bet he was a big force for their football team.
And both teams are kind of playing what I'd call a defensive tip here. Nobody looks like they're going to run a play off of it. And the tip comes back to Forrest Stellan, so the Bulldogs control. Gerst shouts out directions on this at point guard. And there's a pass from Wagenbach inside to Scott under the basket. And we're going to have a quick foul call. And Scott's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two.
I think he was triple team there and still went up strong.
The foul was on number 21, and that is Will Rios for the Indians.
Dalton only had 1 point the other night, and he wanted to take his time on that one.
I'll tell you what, that ball went around to give a 360 about 3 times and dropped through, so the Bulldogs break on top, 1-0. Scott hits the second
right.
one. That one wasn't quite as dramatic, but it didn't roll around a little bit, but dropped through, so it's 2-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Here from Vernon Bud McLaren Court, we see Wapello versus Mediapolis in boys action. Ball goes inside to Schoonover. He drives on Stellar and misses the shot, but it comes off to Rios. Out front to Rollinger.
Bulldogs playing man-to-man here.
A lot of pressure on there, but it goes into Schoonover, and we quickly double team.
Double team, don't we?
That was actually a triple team, and Jordy Wagenbach came in, knifed the ball out of there, came up with it, and we're going to have a foul call, and it's going to be on Schoonover. So 2 quick fouls on the Indians. The Bulldogs got that 2-0 lead and will inbound the ball and bring it up. Gerst is bringing it up. He's being pressured by Rios out on the point. Goes over to Belknap on the side. Belknap back out front to Gerst. Now Belknap gets the ball on the baseline, tried to throw it into Scott, but the Indians were there and pick it off.
Brockway probably didn't know what to do with that ball. It came so easily to him.
Rios with the ball. Comes over to Brockway on the side. He's against Gerst. Gerst does a good job, cuts him off, kicks it back out front to Rollinger. Out to Rios. Over on the side now to Rollinger. Inside to Schoonover. He tries to make a move on Stellar, and he traveled. Stellar did a good job. Jumped over on his left side when he started to make the turn, and Schoonover couldn't stop and drug the pivot foot and is called for traveling. So now the Bulldogs will inbound. Rios comes down and puts a little token pressure on Gerst, but Gerst dribbles it up the floor, goes to Wagenbach. Wagenbach throws cross court to Gerst, and he tries to feed inside to Belknap, and the ball is kicked up into the band.
I wonder if they're just trying to get it inside there to draw more fouls, or because, boy, Wapello quickly triple teams as soon as that ball comes inside, and we just really haven't had much success getting a pass inside there except to Dalton Scott right to begin the game.
Gerst has the ball out to Wagenbach. Long three, bounces around and is off. The rebound is chased down by Belknap. He goes back out front to Wagenbach again. On the side to Belknap, he puts up the three. That's no good. Gerst tries to fly in there, and somebody's going to be called for a foul. The rebound was cleared out of there by Brockway, and the foul is going to be on Stellar as he tried to knock that rebound out of there and must have got a little piece of the arm. So here come the Indians up the court.
No pressure by the Wapello or Mediapolis defenders there. A lot of pressure as soon as they cross that half-court line, though.
Well, they're picking them up, going with their tough man-to-man defense. And here's Scott, who normally guards a post player, but he's out on the point right now. Schoonover gets the ball in the lane. He drives to his right, double teamed by Gerst. And that seems to be the defensive philosophy. Anytime Schoonover gets the ball down on the block, we're going to double team. A lot of contact down there between Schoonover and Stellar, and a couple pretty good football players. And Rios tries the shot, missed it. Schoonover batted it out of there, but Wagenbach came up with it. Goes to the other end, and we're gonna have traveling called on Wagenbach. He was kind of out of control there, and I think he thought he was going to draw the foul, but he was called for traveling instead. So now taking the ball out of bounds for Wapello. So they bring it up. So has the ball to Rios. Rollinger out front. Over to Brockway. Brockway into Schoonover. He's double teamed. Dumps off on the other side.
Nice block.
Rios and blocked by Scott. Scott got way off the ground. And Jordy Wagenbach brings it down and shoots the two from just beyond the free throw line. So now it's 4-0 Bulldogs.
3 minutes have gone by so far, and really not much scoring.
Now both teams playing aggressive, and there was a bad foul on Scott. He just reached in. He had no chance to get that ball, reached across the body of Rollinger, and is whistled for the foul.
About clotheslined the Wapello player there. about clotheslined the Wapello player.
Yeah, that's a foul that he didn't need to make, and I hope it doesn't come back and force him to sit down or something later in the game.
Oh,
There's
mercy.
a long shot out there by Rollinger. The ball was loose in the corner, and there was a scramble for it. And I'm not sure. I think we might have a foul call. Maybe it's just out of bounds. No, we're going to have a foul called, and it's going to be on Schoonover. He kind of almost clipped over there in the corner. The ball was loose and took down a couple Bulldogs, and they whistled him for foul. That's 2 on him already.
The Wapello student section still standing. Ours has sat down. I don't even know if they stood for the beginning of the line.
Until they score. Let's hope they're up for
Oh, there you go. I never even thought about that.
Coach Ken Spielbauer is talking with the officials there. I'm not sure he thought that was a foul, but boy, it sure looked like it from here. The 2 Mediapolis players had position to get the basketball, and Schoonover went running after them and ran into them. Looked like almost like bowling pins there, the way everybody went down. And I didn't know for a minute if they were going to call the foul or not, but they came out of the scrum over there and called the foul. So the Bulldogs will inbound the ball, leading 4-0 with 4:39 left in the first quarter here at Vernon Bud McLaren Court. This is Ken Harshbarger with Kim Shotland calling the action tonight in the North Division of the Southeast Iowa Super Conference. Caleb Gerst inbounds the ball and brings it up the court here. Gets a little screen from Belknap. Now goes into the corner to Elijah Wolf, who's entered the game. He's replaced Stellar. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be still remain with the Bulldogs. Wolf inbounds to Gerst on the point. It looks like Wapello's in a 1-3-1 zone. Going to trap a little bit out of it maybe. Cross court pass to Wolf. He's open for the 3
Wow.
and buries it.
Drains it.
So Elijah Wolf comes off the bench and buries the 3 the first time he basically touches the ball. So it's 7-0 now in favor of the Bulldogs, and Wapello fans are still standing, I guess, waiting for that score. So let's hope they stay right on their feet the whole night.
That would be great.
Nasser
And another
drives
turnover
the ball
there.
to the basket and has it turned over, and a quick up the court pass to Belknap, who scores. That was a nice look ahead by Wagenbach. He fired it about 3/4 of the court to Belknap on the run. Belknap had gotten behind the Wapello defense, and it's a bucket for the Bulldogs, and it's 9-0.
It's like Brody Armstrong, another senior, set to come into the ball game. Hopefully he has that lipstick wiped off his cheek where his mom gave him a kiss during the senior presentation.
And there's a turnover on the Indians. Looks like that's number 13, Gage Carpenter, has entered the ball game.
What a pitcher.
For the Indians. Yeah, he just signed recently with Southeastern Community College.
Oh, he did. I'll tell you what. We watched him play several games this summer, and I think I had a dogcasted about every one of them.
There's a
He's a
turnover on
good
the
pitcher.
Bulldogs as they tried to throw it under the basket and went out of bounds. Yeah, I know Coach Justin Schulte down there at SEC was really happy to have Carpenter sign with him. It's somebody he's wanted to get. He talked to me about him last year, and he's very happy with him. And there's Massner on a nice drive to the basket and breaks the scoring drought.
And now they can sit down. You're right, Kent. That is why they were standing up. That was a long 5 minutes for them.
They probably aren't used to having to stand that long. So they're happy for a couple ways here.
Okay.
And the Bulldogs had the ball down in the corner to Belknap. He was trapped a little bit, tried to make the pass. It was kicked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs still. 9-2 now. Mediapolis leading 2:57 to go in the ball game, or in the first quarter.
Mediapolis
over to Wagenbach. He looked at the basket, pulled it back down, goes over to Wolf. Wolf drives to the hole.
Wow.
Nice move. Elijah Wolf showed the little jump shot when they stepped towards him. He's a left-hander, and he put it on the floor on the baseline side, went in, and then came back and shot the right-handed layup. So it's 11-2 now in favor of the Bulldogs. 2:32 to go. Carpenter has the ball out front. Looks inside. Now he goes out to Massner on the point. Nice cut there by Brockway. Rios gets the ball down on the block and drives in and scores. That was probably the best. And here's Wagenbach.
Wow. I thought he was fouled.
The ball was tapped, but it's rebounded by Belknap and put in. The ball was blocked a little bit on Jordy Wagenbach's shot, but quickly grabbed by Belknap and put in as Belknap was flying to the basket. And there's going to be a foul. I believe that's on Gerst.
Some
Nice
players
new
checking
players
in.
coming in.
Colin Poe and number 31, Braden Lands.
So Wapello's inbounding the ball under the basket, went into Carpenter. It's kicked back out to Poe. Poe goes over to Carpenter. He shows the jump shot but doesn't take it. Throws cross court to Massner, who's going to drive, but cut off by Wagenbach, and a good defensive job there. There's the shot up and no good. Wagenbach rebounds for the Bulldogs. Tries to hit Gerst in the corner. The ball's knocked out of there on a good defensive play by Brockway.
This is really the way Mediapolis started against Wapello the last time, but then Wapello really got into the ball game the latter part of the first quarter and the second quarter. So I know the Bulldogs know that they have to really keep up the intensity.
Cross court to Micah Hales on the inbound. Now back out front to Gerst. He's being dogged out there by Poe. And there's that drive again by Wolf. Wapello's not recognizing that he's a left-handed player, and Wolf is really making a strong move down on the baseline. That time he drove under the basket, put the shot up and missed, but was fouled. So he'll be at the line shooting 2. And that foul was on Carpenter, apparently. And Wolf is up and good. We'll just tell him that free throws are like extra points, and he can just knock it right in there, just like he did as a kicker this year on the football team. Second shot is up. And that one's no good. Comes off and is rebounded by Brockway. So Meepo leads 14-4 here with 1:25 left in the first. Carpenter, the ball went out of bounds, but it was off of Wolf. Poe drove into the lane. Tried to make a pass out to Carpenter, but it went off of him and out of bounds. But Wapello retains possession as Meepo touched it last. Ball goes inside to Poe. Now out to Carpenter. Puts up the long shot from the corner. It's no good. Nice rebound by Scott, who's returned to the lineup. Scott goes over to Wagenbach on the left wing. Nothing there, so he comes back over. Now we have Wolf on the right wing. Wolf comes back to Wagenbach. He's open for 3, but it's a little deep and comes off to Brockway on the rebound. So here comes Massner down. He tries to feed it out quickly to Lands, but the ball is knocked out of there on a good defensive play by Jordy Wagenbach. Lands looked like he was open, but Wagenbach left his man, went over, got a hand on the ball, and knocked it out of bounds. So the Indians will inbound there. They go back door to Massner. He's down on the block, puts up the shot over Wagenbach. A nice shot there by Massner. Got the ball on the block. Here come the Bulldogs right back. Gerst on the left wing out on the point to Wolf. The Indians are trying to trap out of their zone, but the Bulldogs are moving the ball quickly. Nice move by Scott, but he put it up off the bottom of the rim, made a nice drive to the hole, but was too far under the basket. And down quickly for the Indians is Brockway on a layup. The Bulldogs did not get back on that play, and Brockway got it and got a little screen from one of his teammates and just was able to blow the ball in from the left wing for a layup. Makes it 14-8 now with 10 seconds left in the first here. And Hales throws it away too high, went over into the band. Looked like one of the flute players caught that one. So here come the Indians with a chance to take the last shot of the night. Massner for 3. He's way short. And the quarter will end with the Bulldogs leading 14-8 in a low-scoring affair here so far. The Bulldogs jumped out. They were up 7-0 before there was any scoring by the Indians. And then the Bulldogs went up and were up 14-4 at one time, but the Indians reeled off the last 4 points of the quarter and have cut the lead to 14-8 as we get ready to start the second quarter action. We're here at Vernon Bud McLaren Court in Mediapolis. We have the Wapello Indians against the Mediapolis Bulldogs. This is Ken Harshbarger. I'm bringing you the action along with Kim Scheitland tonight. The Bulldogs try to pick up another win and solidify their hold on third place in the North Division. They trail only Lone Tree and Iowa Mennonite in the division. The Indians come in with a 4-9 record in the division, and they're 5-10 overall. So in this rivalry, you can kind of throw out the records, but it's a game that the Bulldogs need to win. Inbounding the ball now for the Indians as they had the possession arrow, and Massner has the ball out on the point, and he wants to take Wagenbach on the drive, and he does draw the foul. It looks like that's the offensive strategy, is let's get Massner one-on-one with Wagenbach and try to drive to the hole, see if we can't score or get some free throws and maybe get Wagenbach in foul trouble. It was not a shooting foul, so the Indians inbound the ball. Out on the point is Lanz. Lanz throws off to Massner, a long three, and it bounces way off. That one was way out there at NBA range. Comes down to Scott. Wolf has the ball, now goes to Wagenbach, who drives to the hole, makes a nice little double pump. Oh, that was quite a move. That's one you needed to see. Wagenbach went in, did a 360, and kind of hung in the air and then banked it off for a 16-8 lead. That was a tough shot that went in. There's Brockway shooting over Gerst, no good. Massner almost had the rebound, but Wolf came in there and ripped it out of there. Nice rebound for Elijah Wolf. We come down the floor, and Wagenbach tried to drill it into Belknap, was knocked out by the Indians. Looks like Carpenter is returning to the lineup for the Indians, and he's going to replace Brockway, so Brockway gets a little rest here. And there's a deep three going up by Wagenbach, no good. Belknap almost had the rebound, but a nice job there by Poe of blocking him out and coming down with it. Lance drives the ball to the hole, now picks it back up. Good job by Scott, cut him off. Massner, and we're going to get a foul on Wagenbach. Massner was out front. It actually picked the ball up, and Wagenbach was just a little bit too aggressive and was called for the foul. That's his first foul. No, that's his second foul. I'm sorry. That is his second foul. So he's in danger territory again. It looks like Massner's going to attack him on the dribble. A nice drive there, and we're going to have another foul. That was Colin Poe going to the hole. Looked like he was trying to pass the ball, and we've got a whistle, and we're going to have a foul call. I believe that foul was on Wolf. So Poe's going to shoot a pair, even though he was passing the ball. Yeah, they're going to take it down on the baseline now because he didn't attempt the shot. He wanted to pass the ball, and that's the right call. We got subs coming back into the ball game now. Returning for the Indians is number 23, Alex Rollinger, and he will trigger the ball inbound. He throws it deep, and Scott goes up and just couldn't come up with the steal. Boy, Scott got way off the floor, out around half court, as the Indians had to throw that ball in deep, and he got his hands on it, but he just couldn't control it, went out of bounds. So the Indians inbound on the corner. They go inside to Rios, and he's blocked on a nice defensive
block
play
by Belknap.
He kept his feet, went straight up and made the block, and the Bulldogs get the ball. Scott now has it out front in the corner to Gerst. He's open for the three, and he'll drain it. Gerst has that nice little set shot for the three-pointer, and he drained that one, and it's now 19-8 as the Bulldogs have rebuilt a double-digit lead here. Massner makes a cut. He's open, and he slips and falls, and the ball goes out of bounds. Massner made a hard cut to the basket. He was open. Okay, we're returning to action here. The Bulldogs have the ball. A quick pass and an easy layup for Caleb Durst, and he draws the foul. Wapello missed a long shot down here. The rebound came out long to Wagenbach. He headed up the court, dumped the ball off to Caleb Durst, who scored the layup, and there's a foul on Wapello. So we're going to have a timeout here. The Bulldogs lead 21-8, and when we return, Durst will be having a free throw and a chance at the three-point play.
And if you're listening, be sure and let us know. I know people were emailing us earlier, but we do have the email up. It's at dogcast@meepotelco.net. And it says we have a network cable maybe unplugged. So if you can hear us, would you let us know right now? Because we had somebody walk through and we lost the power to the computer. We think we're back on, but we're not really sure.
So if you hear us out there, we'd appreciate an email from somebody that says, yeah, you're coming through loud and clear, or something to that effect. Caleb Durst is at the line. He will be shooting a free throw here. He's got one shot, made the basket, steps up, puts it off a little deep, and rebound comes off to Wapello. It's came off to Rios. Now it's kicked out to Massner, and Massner again was trying to drive to the hole. There's a shot put up by Carpenter. It's no good, and Wagenbach clears ahead to Durst. Durst looks back to Massner, who opens up for three, and we're going to have a travel call. I believe that travel call was on Caleb Durst. So he tried to kick the ball back out to Wagenbach. So Wapello inbounds. Bringing up, Brockway has the ball over on the left wing. Goes into the corner to Rios. Rios was looking for Carpenter on the cut, and it was not there. So it's back out front now. Carpenter has the ball on the point. Massner sizing up and driving to the hole. And he missed that shot, but Rios gets the rebound and he misses. And now there's going to be a jump ball down there. Boy, this Massner kid really takes the ball to the hole strong. They're just kind of clearing the middle of the lane for him and letting him drive one-on-one, and he's getting down in there.
And I was just going to say they missed the presence of their big guy in there, Schoonover, and just as I said that, he checks back in. I imagine since he had those two quick fouls, he had a seat, but now with 5:01 left in the second quarter, I think Coach Spielbauer says, hey, we need to put him back in because they're not getting many offensive rebounds. They just don't have that presence inside.
Wapello remains in a 1-3-1 zone. They'd like to trap out of it, but the Bulldogs are doing an excellent job of moving the basket.
Oh, nice pass.
Beautiful pass. Wagenbach drove down on the baseline against that 1-3-1, and the one guy in the back had to come and get him, and he just dumped the ball over to Forrest Stellern, who finished. So it's 23-8 as the Bulldogs are starting to open up a nice lead here. They're executing very, very well against the 1-3-1 zone. They're not getting caught in the corners. They're not getting trapped. They're getting the ball and moving it from side to side, and then when they get a chance to drive, they're driving to the baseline, and they're ending up with a 2-on-1 break. There's a pass inside from Rios to Schoonover. It was knocked out of there by Wagenbach, but Wapello recovers. A nice drive there by Poe to the basket, and he dumps off to Schoonover, who gets the layup.
And that just finally puts Wapello into double figures.
23-10 now. The Bulldogs lead. 4:12 remaining in the second quarter. The Bulldogs doing a good job again of spreading that out, and Wagenbach's open for three. He missed it, but Stellern's going to get the rebound. He goes out to Scott. Scott back out to Wagenbach. Wagenbach penetrates against the zone, off to Scott, inside to Armstrong, and Armstrong goes up over Schoonover and scores.
It's a nice fadeaway jumper there by Brody Armstrong.
Yeah, it was against a bigger guy, and of course Schoonover's got the two fouls, so I'm sure we'll be fairly aggressive against him. Brockway turns around, puts up the shot, and it is no good. And the Bulldogs get the rebound, and there's going to be a foul call.
And Greg Worrell's mom, Rosemary, just let us know we are coming in great. So we're glad to know that. We did lose the connection for a while because we had, somebody walked by and brushed away we lost all power.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Worrell, for letting us know.
Yes. I wonder if she's still vacationing in Myrtle Beach.
I don't know. I was going to say up there in Melcher, Dallas land, but maybe not.
They had been. I think it was last week or the week before we heard from him, and I think Greg said that his mom and dad got to go down there for a whole month. I don't know if they were enjoying it as much as they thought they would be, but missing some grandkids. Glad they can listen to the Dogcast and keep up with their son's basketball team.
And I bet you it's a little warmer there than it is
Yeah.
here. I bet you the golf courses are still open down there. And so anyway, we appreciate you letting us know
Yes.
that you can hear us, because we weren't quite sure. We've had some technical difficulties tonight, and we want to bring you all the action here. And the Bulldogs are inbounding the ball, up 25-10 with 3:35 to go. Gersh brings it up, and boy, there was some aggressive defense there by Poe, and it was almost a foul, but not called. Ball goes in the corner to Wagenbach. He clears himself out to the basket.
Oops.
It's kicked away, but Armstrong picks it up. He drives in. Now kicks it out to Scott. It's loose on the floor, but Scott tracks it down in the corner and quickly gets it out. Well, you can tell the Bulldogs were ready for this zone. They are not getting trapped in that corner. Over to Caleb Gerst, and he drives out of there. Wagenbach drives in, back in the corner to Gerst. He drives to the hole.
Oh, nice try by Caleb Gerst.
Hope and a prayer on the drive into the basket, and Wapello clears it out. Here comes Poe.
Maybe just trying to.
He kicks down to Rios. He gets the layup, and Gerst is going to get the foul.
As you mentioned earlier in the girls' game, though, everything was just kind of bouncing the girls' way. And boy, there were two plays down here on the boys' end that somebody wasn't there, or they lost the handle of the ball, and it bounced off a Wapello player, and they got the ball right back. So everything going Mediapolis' way tonight.
Rios is at the line. He completed the layup, and now we'll try to get the traditional three-point play. 2:52 to go in the first half. 25-12 in favor of the Bulldogs, with Will Rios at the line shooting one.
Elijah Wolf checks back in for Brody Armstrong, and the free throw's good.
Rios nothing but net on that one. So 25-13, 2:50 to go. Wagenbach has the ball. It's batted out of there. He tried to feed the post, and Wapello batted it clear back into the backcourt, where Gerst picks it up. They'll bring it down. And there's Wagenbach making that spin move, and
That's number 3.
Schoonover is called for the foul. Wagenbach went in, made the spin, came back into him. Probably just a little bit over aggressive. I think if he just went straight up, he might have bothered the shot, but he reached in and is called for his 3rd foul of the evening, and he's going to probably be coming to the sidelines.
And first one good.
The free throw. And Schoonover does leave the game. The Bulldogs also have a couple subs leaving, as Stellern and Dalton Scott, and coming in as Hales and Belknap. And Wagenbach hits the second one. That's the 6th point for Wagenbach tonight. Maple up 27-13, 2:30 to go.
Kind of a low-scoring ball game.
Nice drive to the
Well, nice forward pass from Micah Hales.
Man, Micah Hales out to Belknap to Wolf, who scores the layup. Boy, that was picture perfect. That ball never touched the floor. 3 quick passes, and Wapello was a little slow getting back, and the Bulldogs burn him. Backdoor cut by Massner. He was cut off by Wolf and tried to make the cross-court pass, and he sailed out of bounds. So good help defense there by Elijah Wolf. The Bulldogs inbound the ball. Gersh brings it up. 1-3-1 zone, still employed. Wagenbach has the ball. He clears himself out of that trap. Gersh brings it back into the corner to Wolf. Wolf tries to drive the baseline. Now he is in a little trouble, but gets it out to Belknap, who feeds underneath to Hales. Hales goes up, and he's going to be fouled. I think that's going to be on Brockway. No, it's instead they whistled the foul on number 23, and that's Alex Rollinger. I don't know if that's Rollinger or Rollinger.
I would say Rollinger, but I don't know. I think when Clint announced it was Rollinger, but I'm pretty sure that would have a J sound.
Okay, Hales misses the first free throw. Rios leaves the game, and Poe returns for the Indians, and Armstrong's coming in for the Bulldogs.
I think for Jordan.
And he's going to take Wagenbach's place. Wagenbach does have 2 fouls, so this is probably a good move here. 29-13, 1:43 to go.
I don't know if he's had a rush yet this game, has he?
I can't remember
Jordy,
either.
I don't think he's been.
I don't think so. Hales puts it up and in. So 30-13. The Bulldog defense continues to be impressive. Here comes Poe on the run. He kicks the ball out to Brockway. Out to Rollinger, down to Poe again, back out to Brockway. Puts up a long three-pointer and canned it. They're playing a little two-man game out there.
We just heard back from Rosemary Whirl, and yes, they are still in Myrtle Beach, but the temperature's 32 degrees, so
Well,
chilly. We would have welcomed 32 degrees yesterday, though.
It's probably a little
So-
cooler than that here, but the difference isn't as great as I would have thought. We've got a foul called on the Indians, and it's on Brockway, and that's going to send Armstrong to the line.
That's two quick ones on Brockway, too.
Yeah. Well, they picked up a few fouls. It seems like it's the same people fouling for them. They have 9 fouls in the half.
Now they only
Armstrong
have
puts it
one
up, no
foul.
good. But Hales hustles, gets the rebound, takes it up.
There you go.
Nice move by Micah Hales.
Was.
Hales battled for that ball, tipped it around, grabbed it, and when he got it in his hands, he just took it back up to the basket strong and scored.
So the Bulldogs have doubled Wapello's score now.
And there's going to be a foul on, I think it's on Gerst. No, it's not on Gerst. Instead, I believe they called it on Armstrong.
Okay, I thought it was Belknap, but I didn't. I thought I saw 2-4, but you're probably right.
Well, I was just going by who was in there. Nothing's been put up on the board yet.
And Armstrong just checked out, so it could very well have been on. No, let's see. Now it is flashing for Belknap.
Okay, well, that might be a good thing. I'm not sure.
His first
glad
one.
it wasn't Gerst. Let's put it that way. 'Cause
Yes.
I think he might have 2 already.
Mm-hmm.
Brockway cans the free throw. And that's no good. And Wagenbacher returned to the lineup, grabs the rebound for the Bulldogs. So both he and Gerst are playing with 2 fouls. Nice job of bringing the ball back to this side. Wolf puts up a long shot. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Brockway looked like he had that ball, and Belknap kind of challenged him for it, and it slipped out of Brockway's hands and out of bounds. So Belknap's going to inbound, and they run that little triple screen out front. But
Oh dear.
Oh, my.
Passes it right to a Wapello defender.
Belknap was thinking that was where Jordy was going to be, and he wasn't there, and he threw it right to Wapello, and they come down, and Massner scores. And that makes it 32-19 in favor of the Bulldogs with 30 seconds to go. The Bulldogs probably will hold for the last shot. I'm not sure. Back out front to Gerst. Down on the baseline to Hales. He makes a strong move to the basket, and he gets hammered down there by number 23. That's Rollinger.
He wanted the ball earlier. Boy, he was really clapping his hands, but I thought maybe they were just still going for the last shot.
Yeah,
but I
thought
guess
so too. But I guess maybe against this zone, it's probably a good thing not to do that. Hales has this one rim out. Yeah, sometimes against that 1-3-1, if you try to spread it out, where they just come out and trap you, and so maybe the attack mode was the best thing there. If Micah can convert this one way, it'll be a good deal. And he can't get it to go. He rolls out of there, and Poe grabs the rebound, brings it up to Massner. Massner's being guarded by Armstrong. Massner tends to want to drive the ball. Now he kicks it off to Poe. Poe comes back over here on the right side to Brockway. Back to Massner on the baseline. He throws one up there as the buzzer goes off. No good. Good defense by Armstrong down there to make that a tough shot. So we go to halftime. Bulldogs lead 32-19 over visiting Wapello. And it looks like we're going to have a hoedown here at halftime.
I think we're going to have Jessica Holstein come up too. Ken, I'll give you a little break because I know you were carrying the whole load though while I was taking pictures.
Oh, she's on the way up here? Yeah.
She's up here.
We'll try not to disconnect you here.
So we have Jessica Holstein up here. Just now that the band's not playing, you probably can hear me. When the band plays, it'll be a little bit more difficult. We'll have Coach Rogers coming up here too. So tonight's senior night, kind of a bittersweet time, but at least you'll have at least 2 tournament games. We know the first 2 tournament games. So what are you thinking looking up ahead to the tournament schedule?
I'm pretty excited for the tournament play. I'm hoping that we'll win the first one, so we'll be able to play at home again for the second time. And hopefully everything just goes good and we'll be able to make it to that regional final and head to state.
Okay. And West Liberty, you've already played, or we haven't played West Liberty before. That's your first game. And then the second game looks like it may be, hopefully if we make the second game, Williamsburg, and then of course Mid Prairie, whom we've already played before.
I'm excited to play, hopefully play Mid Prairie again.
Okay. That kind of a shake. I didn't get to go to that game, but a shaky first half, but it seems like you really came back for the second half against them.
Yeah, the first half didn't go as we planned. We kind of played timid and scared. I think if we got the chance to play them again, we would show everyone that that wasn't our team, and we can definitely play a lot better than that.
Okay, and you have a tough week coming up this next week. You have Keokuk on Tuesday, which would, I'm assume, are they 4A or 5A? I'm not sure on that either.
Probably a good game, though.
Yeah, and Notre Dame and Highland.
Yeah.
So we think Notre Dame. It'll be either Notre Dame or Central Lee.
Yep. Pretty good week with a bunch of tough games.
So then you'll have at least a week off before you start tournament action.
We'll have a week off, and I think we play on Saturday.
Right, so. February 9th, and we are carrying that on the Dogcast, so that'll be here against West Liberty. So your game tonight, how'd you feel you guys played? We thought you looked really great. Well, I mean, that first half, I thought you guys were on the pace to score 100 points.
Yeah, I think we played really good as a team. We did good against their 1-3-1, and were able to break their press, and we kept swinging the ball, and I think that's what got us a lot of points. We were able to drive on the baseline, get that layup on the baseline.
So we had a great game. So again, senior night, you guys, they were all seniors all the way across. It was scary to think there's so many senior boys and girls out there for basketball.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we have that many still out for basketball. A lot of people, through the years kind of quit, but it seems like our grade kind of stuck it out the whole time.
So, and we're glad you did.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck next week and good luck in tournament play.
Thank you.
So that was Jessica Holstein joining us, senior. And now we will talk to Coach Todd Rogers. In the meantime, I'll try to dig out my recorder here so I can record you at the same time, and I wish I would have done that with Jessica, but it was underneath my notebook and I didn't see it. And we're actually on TV too, Mr. Rogers. So, well, great game tonight. Wow, the first half, what a pace. I thought you guys maybe were coming out to score 100 points. And people that usually don't, Andrea Larson, 2 3-pointers in a row.
She can shoot the ball. I kind of got on her after the last game because she turned down a 3-point opportunity, and we have a lot of shooters on the team that just got to have the confidence to take that 3-point shot. I don't know what it is about. I don't know if they're intimidated by whatever, but you're open. You got to be able to shoot that shot and hit that shot. It would open up so many things for us. So we did. We played outstanding in the first half. We came out well. We might have had a turnover here or there, but the pace of the game was what we wanted it at. We got Wapello up and down the floor well. And we really did a nice job. We moved the ball well. We had 5 girls hit threes tonight, which is just awesome to have so many weapons out there. But the game went exactly how we really wanted to. Because I wanted to get those 7 seniors a lot of playing time tonight, and we did that, especially in the second half. So I was really pleased.
So, and Jessica thought, when I talked to her earlier, really broke down the defense and saw some full court pressure from Wapello, and that was probably kind of nice to see with next week coming up, to have a little pressure and to see that the girls could handle it and break it.
That is good to see. We've been working so hard in practice. I don't know if she elaborated on it or not, but every day, it's just a never-ending thing for us, and we need to keep getting better every day because Keokuk's going to come after us hard. We go down to Notre Dame, they're going to come after us for 32 minutes. So we got to keep working on keep improving every day on it. And we had some breakdowns tonight, but you're going to have that in games. You can't play perfect, but we came back hard, and so we found the open girls so much tonight. I thought we passed really well too tonight after breaking the pressure. We had some great finishes and ones, put the free throw down. So we're improving. I like where we're at right now.
Yeah, we're really impressed with the free throw shooting. Keokuk, we're looking forward to next week. Are they 4A or 5A? I just asked Jessica, but she wasn't sure.
They're 4A.
4A, all right. And then Highland, go up there. And then Friday, probably Notre Dame. And they've dropped from number 2 to number 4, probably, I saw,
So they lost
to Central Lee.
Central Lee's such a nice ball club, too, there. And like I said, it's going to be good for us. I mean, we're not really, like I told my assistant coach too, we're not really worried about the outcome. These next 2 games, these non-conference games, the biggest thing in, and that's why we put them at the end of the season. We need to see where we're at, what we need to improve on, and it's going to be a great stepping stone going in to that first round district and hopefully a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, and Jessica's really looking forward to hopefully having a rematch with Mid Prairie. She said they'd be there and show them what the team really looks like, because they were kind of timid the first time, and they're ready. I know she is anyway, ready to play them again. I'm sure you are too.
Exactly, and that did turn out to be a blessing. I mean, after regionals came out and everything, and you look back on it, and Mid Prairie showed us what we needed to work on, and we weren't very aggressive. And that would be nice to see too. West Liberty, they'll come in and the Feldman girl's a nice player inside. She's very athletic, so we've got to take care of business there. And we fortunate to get past that one. The winner of Williamsburg and Columbus. Williamsburg has a nice team, very nice team. They play in a tough conference, 3A, 4A conference, so they're battle tested, and they've got 2 really nice players, but at least they've got to get on the bus for a long trip down here.
There you do.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay, well, we appreciate you joining us, and I know Kent and I will be there to carry next Friday's game, whether it be at Notre Dame or Central Lee, but we're hoping, of course, Notre Dame, just so we can go closer and you can have a contest against them. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You can hear the band playing in the background. We still have 2:44 to go until the second half of the boys' game. Mediapolis leads 32-19, so a 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. Still a nice crowd here, and the cheerleaders just performed a dance routine. I didn't really get to see much of it since we was talking to Coach Rogers. The Wapello Indians are back on the court.
We talked about the Bulldogs needing to get off to a good start, and they did, especially on the defensive end. They shut Wapello out for 5 minutes, I think, probably in that first quarter, and enjoy a 32-19 lead. And like you said, though, Wapello was able to make a run in the second half. And you look up there and it's 32-19, and you're thinking, man, that's a big lead, but it's only 13 points.
Yeah, 4 3-pointers, and it'd be a 1-point ball game.
That's right. So sometimes you look up there and you got one score in the low digits, and you got the other one in the high digits, and you think, boy, that's a big lead, but that can disappear in a hurry. So we're going to see how we come back out. We need to come out with that defensive intensity that we did. And, of course, Wapello is probably going to get Schoonover back in the ball game. He's got 3 fouls, but I think when they're down 13, they're probably going to have to play him. And the Bulldogs, one of the things here, one of the few worries, I guess, would be Kirst and Wagenbach both having 2 fouls, and you don't want him to get a quick 3rd foul. But now Wagenbach's shown he can play with some foul trouble when he has to, so I don't think 2's anything to worry about at this point in time.
Was it Saturday night we saw that, or was it Waco? He had 2 quick fouls, and we were kind of worried, and I think that was all he ever had the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think he said in the interview, he said they got 2 fouls in about 30 seconds, and I think he's about right. So I'm sure Coach Rogers was probably happy with the performance tonight, wasn't he? Very
happy, and Jessica Holstein talked too about how they broke down the defense, and they were happy, and how they're hoping that everything goes well, that she'll have 2 home games to play during tournament time, and then they would like to have that rematch with Mid Prairie. They met them earlier in the season on that rivalry Saturday. I believe that was January 5th up at Cornell College. Bullets trailed by, I want to say, like 15 at halftime, but came back to within 9. But she said that wasn't really their team that played, and they want to show everybody how they really can play, and are hoping for a rematch.
Well, let's hope they get one, because that means they won a couple ball games in the tournament to get there, and that'll give them a chance to get some revenge and hopefully get off to a good start. Looks like the Bulldogs putting out on the court Stellan and Scott and Belknap and Wagenbach and Gerst, so that's probably one of our taller lineups that we can put out there. And for the Indians, it's Schoonover's out there.
Everybody's here except the officials, Kent. I think that's what the boys are out there talking. Well, we could just probably go ahead and do it. I don't know.
Call your own like you would down in the Y or something. So we got Rollinger and Massey.
I think maybe somebody forgot to go tap on the
and
official's
door.
door.
Out there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I know what, Hilton probably gave them their paycheck at halftime when they took off.
It might be. I think Coach Hilton just went to look for him. I think maybe they need a standing ovation when they come back in.
Yeah.
Here's our score. Actually, we didn't even have somebody at the scorer's table. Here they come.
Here they come, yeah.
Officials. Get away from one of the officials.
Tobias
Cameron's shaking his head.
Yeah.
See, I don't know the third one. He looks familiar. I know Tobias, Cameron, Tobias
Is that one
third.
of the Bowens, I think, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Either. And I don't have it. I didn't see it anyplace in here as to who the officials were. But
Schoonover's John with him a little bit, wondering, hey, where were you guys? And he's pointing at the scoring table like, hey, nobody came to get us.
I wish you'd have been gone earlier and I wouldn't have 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Okay, they inbound the ball and a quick steal by Belknap. And here comes Wagenbach headed the other way. He takes it back to the middle of the floor, drives to the basket, lays it up and in. Nice move. Wagenbach's really doing a nice job with that spin move in the lane tonight. And the amazing thing about it is, one, they don't get the ball away from him, and two, he's able to concentrate and make that shot because his body's got a lot of moving parts when he's doing that. He's still able to go straight up and get the ball to fall for him.
I thought he was going to dump it off, but he just took it all the way in. Had everybody in Wapello in the paint, but that didn't bother him at all.
Okay, let's see. That's Brockway over to Rollinger, to Rios. Rios drives, makes a nice quick move on Belknap, but you know what? It pays to be big, and Belknap was able to recover and make Rios miss the shot. And now the Bulldogs are headed the other way. First in the corner, back to Wagenbach.
Nice
and
feed.
He had eyes up, his head and eyes up, and he found Belknap under the basket for what was an easy basket. That was a long pass, and it had to have a lot of zip on it. It did. Rios feeds inside the Schoonover. He goes up against Stellern, and he's going to draw the foul. Forrest kind of got caught behind him that time, and Schoonover's a big guy, and when you're caught behind him, there's not much you can do about it. So he tried to muscle him out of there, and he gets called for the foul, and Schoonover will shoot two. And he rolls the first one in.
Those are his first points of the game, aren't they?
I had one basket.
Oh, okay. I do have one there.
I had one basket. And he rolls the second one in. So, 36-21, Bulldogs. And a little pressure that time from Wapello, but the Bulldogs break it easily. And first challenge.
Smart
Schoonover
play.
off the glass and in. Schoonover picks up his fourth foul, and Gerst is going to be trying for a three-point play.
And most importantly is the fourth foul. He knew if he dumped it off, he wouldn't be able to draw the foul, and he went for it.
Yeah, I really do think that Gerst was thinking, hey, man, he's got 3 fouls. I'm going after him. And, of course, not only did he go after him, he made the basket, too. So Gerst puts it up, and it bounces off and is rebounded by Brockway. But Gerst hustles over and steals the ball away from Massner. Stellern back to Gerst for the three.
Oh.
It rims out. We're going to have a foul on somebody underneath for the Bulldogs. It's on number
2-0.
2-0. That's Dalton Scott. Must have been a little shove in there somewhere. Okay, the Bulldogs slap a full court press, trap press, and it's easily broken here by Rollinger, who dumps it off to Carpenter, who entered the game for Schoonover, but he missed the shot, and Scott gets the rebound. It's quickly up in the corner to Gerst, and he goes to the hole, does not draw the foul this time, but Stellern cleans up, grabs the offensive rebound and puts it in. And Coach Ken Spilbauer is not happy with his team. He calls a quick timeout and motions for him to set down another quickly, which would indicate he's got a lot to say in a short period of time.
And without Schoonover in there, he probably has maybe changed up some things. When Schoonover was out earlier, though, Massner really seemed to take over for the team, and he wasn't intimidated at all.
No, they got some good play from Massner, and that stage, and Poe came in the game, and I thought gave him a nice little lift, but it looked like they were trying to put on a full court press here, and then the Bulldogs tried to put one on too. So we may see a little change in the pace of the game here. If you're Wapello, you got to do something because you're down 19 with 6:17 to go, and you really don't have anything going.
Is that Wapello? That is their girls' coach, isn't it? Down there, as an assistant coach.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
He's not. That's unusual.
Yeah,
maybe their assistant coach may be under the weather.
Their assistant coach could not be here for some reason, and so he's volunteered to help out. Okay, inbounding now will be the Indians. That's Rollinger into Massner. They try to trap him in the corner, not able to. But Belknap comes up from behind and kicks it out of there. That full court pressure caused that turnover. And now Wagenbach comes back down and almost turns it over, but he's able to save it. Scott grabs it now to Wagenbach in the corner, puts up the three. It's no good, but there's Belknap for the rebound. Misses on the putback, gets it again, misses again, and has the ball go out of bounds off of him. Belknap he's laughing because he had two shots point blank in there and couldn't get it to go down.
I thought for sure that second one would go. He even waited, got the defenders on there up in the air and put it back up. But
this time the Indians break the press easily and set Brockway up
wow.
for three, and he buries it. That young man, when he has time to sock his feet together and really look at the basket, he's dangerous from that range. Scott puts up a shot from the side. That's no good. It comes out to Rios. To Rollinger up the court to Massner, and he's going to take it to the hole, and he's going to draw the foul. That wasn't a very good defensive sequence by the Bulldogs there. They let him easily break the press, and then they get their people picked up, and Massner just, his eyes lit up because he likes to drive the ball anyway, and there was nobody on the baseline. Scott came in and fouled him.
And he is not very big. I don't know how tall he is, but he really looks dwarfed by everybody out there. But he nails that free throw. This makes a score 40-25 with 5:29 left in the third quarter.
So they've cut into that 19-point lead, cut it down here to 15 with one free throw remaining for Massner. And he rolls this one around and in. So Bulldogs lead 40-26 with 5:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Gerst puts the ball up front, and they're going to get Poe for a foul. He was just bodying up on him. And
I thought he was almost going to force him to travel.
yeah,
I think
that's when the foul was called. When it looked like Gerst was going to stumble a little bit, it was like, okay, that's too much contact. And there's a long pass inbounds under the basket to Scott, and he turns it over on it. Tried to pass it, and Massner goes to the hoop one more time. Can't get it to fall this time, and Wagenbach comes out of there on the run.
It was a nice spin move.
Over there. The ball's knocked out of his hands out of bounds. Rios and Brockway went over there and double teamed Massner, and he was in a little trouble. But the ball was knocked loose and went out of bounds. So Belknap inbounds it to Gerst, to Wolf, back over to Gerst. He's down on the baseline to Belknap in the corner. He clears himself. Now comes back to Gerst out front for the three. No good. Comes off, and the ball is loose, and it's off of Wolf. A little contact there between Massner and Wolf, and the ball went out of bounds, and they ruled it was off Wolf. So Wapello will have it, and we've had about 3 trips down the floor now with nothing to account for it. And it's 40-26 now in favor of the Bulldogs still, but 4:45 left in the third quarter. Massner drives into the lane. He's cut off, but is able to get the ball out to Rollinger, who drives over to Massner. Back out front to Brockway for that three. This one's a little short. Scott was out there and put a little pressure on him, and the shot came up short and rolls out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Bulldogs.
3-point shooting a little cold for the Bulldogs this quarter. I don't think we've gotten any 3-point shots. We've had some looks. I think Gerst has taken a couple and Wagenbach one, but they're just not falling.
I'd like to see us get the ball in the lane to somebody again here. Either Wagenbach. And what do we got here?
Especially with Schoonover out of there.
And we're going to have an offensive foul on Belknap, I think. No, wait a minute. Yeah, on Belknap, 2-4 he called it on. I didn't see that. That was under the basket. There must have been a little pushing and shoving going on. So another turnover. So the Bulldogs have gotten a little cold here. There's a nice drive to the hole by Lance. He shot that ball in over a couple of Bulldogs. And this down to a 12-point lead now. Bulldogs led by as much as 19 in this quarter. There's Gerst. He gets the ball off to Wolf. Wolf drives back out front to Gerst now. Still that 1-3-1. And Jordy Wagenbach cleared the point guard, got in the seam, and jumped up and shot it down for 2, and it's 42-28.
That put an end to a 7-0 run by the Indians. Oh, I thought that one was going in.
Good by Lance, but it came off long. But Poe gets the rebound. He drives down, dumps the ball off to Rios, and it's blocked out of there by Scott. It'll belong to the Indians. And Micah Hales is going to come into the ballgame now and take Scott's place. So the Indians are inbounding. That's Poe inbounding the ball into the basket. Can't find anyone open. Now goes to Master, who dumps it to Rios. He wasn't looking for it, but it comes back out to Poe. Poe clears himself, puts up the jump shot, no good. Master flies in for the rebound, turns around and gets the three off, and that's no good. And Hales finally clears for the Bulldogs. Wagenbach brings the ball up the floor. And we're going to have a timeout. Coach Wells is going to talk it over. The offense has been a little stagnant. Even though the Bulldogs lead 42-28, they've had several dry spells here in this last 4 minutes. So he's going to call a timeout, see if he can't get things straightened out.
We'll run through the sponsors bringing you this Dogcast tonight. Mediapolis Telephone Company, Elin Agency, DMC Mutual, Meepo Booster Club, Creative Visions, Delzell Brothers, Ertz Carpet, USG, Great River Medical Center, SG Construction, Brewer Agency, Mediapolis Savings Bank, Hawkeye Petter Shop, Prairie Ridge, Myers Construction, the Mediapolis News, Main Street Tire, Deb Messner Real Estate, Cafe Old World, Standard of Beaverdale, Morning Sun Farm Implement, Two Rivers Bank, CMA Services, Rhodes Jewelry, Wright Electric, Mediapolis Vet Clinic, and Meepo Foods.
And we want you to support our sponsors and let them know that you heard about them on Dogcast.
I'll tell you, I've been supporting Meepo Foods a lot here lately. Now that my two of my boys are home from college, and one more week they'll be home, but go through a lot more groceries when there are 4 people instead of 2, and 2 of them are 2 19-year-olds.
And there's a quick pass to Hales down low. Wagenbach took that ball out on the side, and Wapello fell asleep, and he just lobbed it into Hales under the basket for an easy 2.
Oh, and now Mediapolis fell asleep. I thought we were wide open in three-point line there. Lands was, and now he takes a dribble in and still nails it.
And yeah, you're right. We didn't get it. Somebody didn't know who their man was because we didn't get him picked up. And they come out. They're trying to extend that 1-3-1 zone even more. So this would be a time to get it inside, but instead it's turned over. Tried to make that pass from too far out to Belknap, and it's picked off there by the Indians. They bring it down, and there's Poe, and he's open in the middle, dumps it off to Rios, and that's going to be a foul on Wolf because he kind of hammered the ball. And Coach Wells is going to make a change. He was not happy with the penetration that the Indians got on that play. Wolf is called for the foul. Rios will go to the line to shoot 2. And the first one comes up short. Comes Armstrong into the game. He's going to replace Hales. And Scott's going to return to the lineup also. He's going to take Belknap's place. Rios will be shooting his second free throw. Bulldogs lead 44-30, 2:28 in the third quarter remain. And Rios drops that one right through. So it's now 44-31 in favor of the Bulldogs. Gerst is trapped, makes a dangerous pass, but Wagenbach gets it. And Wagenbach does what he does. He just
nice
ran in there and
move.
put up the shot and buried it.
Nothing but nylon on that one.
That gives him 12 points.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That was like a head
Yeah,
butt or something.
Poe tried to clear some area there, and he actually just almost headbutted one of the Meepo defenders. But now the ball came out, and Wolf, I believe, is whistled for a foul out on the court.
Coach, we're all
So Brockway
yelling
will
in some.
inbound. Hales returns to the lineup, replacing Scott. Oh, there's the ball. He's working on Wolf. Now goes over to Lenz. And there's Brockway driving to the hole, and he's going to be fouled. And right now the defense isn't what it was. We're letting them get a lot of penetration. I believe that one was on Armstrong. So Brockway's going to the line. And his falls off the front of the rim. So he'll have a second shot here with the Bulldogs leading by 15, 46-31. Well, Brockway cuts that to 14 as he hits the second shot, so it's 46-32, 1:52 left in the third quarter. And Wagenbach is open for 3, and he missed that one. Well, he got a quick look, and it didn't go for him, and Rios rebounds for the Indians. And he's going to drive. It looks like and it's stolen away by Gerst. But now he's called for a double dribble.
Boy, I thought that one was swatted away. Caleb's kind of pleading his case there, but
I think the official might have missed the little swat in there that hit the ball. It's pretty obvious now. The Indians' plan is just to get the ball, try to, because we're guarding, putting pressure on, trying to spread us out, and then just drive the ball to the hole and see if he can't draw a foul. And he did. Lance started to drive, and he's going to draw a foul.
Carpenter checks in for Rios.
And that's going to be on Armstrong. And Scott's going to come into the ballgame replacing Armstrong.
But that only gives us 4 players. Oh, he's talking to Armstrong. I was getting realized, like,
okay,
please don't take any more players.
Armstrong is just over
We have a
with Coach Worrell. Yeah, we look like 2 people were leaving and 1 coming in, and going, that ain't going to work.
no. We have a nice 14-point lead, but that can disappear fast with only 4 players.
Lance misses the free throw, and the Bulldogs clear it out of there. Durst has it. Back out front to Wagenbach. He drives over to the left side, picks it up, now goes back out front to Armstrong. Back over to Wagenbach on the left wing, cross court to Durst. Inside to Hales. Hales tries to make space, and he's called for traveling. And Coach Worrell shaking his head, doesn't he?
I don't think he did. I think he had his pivot foot still on the floor.
I thought so too, but I'm a little farther away than the official, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Anyway, it's Wapello's ball, and there's Massner, makes that cut off of that little screen, and he was wide open, but he didn't put it up, kicks it outside, and the ball goes up and is no good. Rebounded, Poe has it now. Goes over on the side to Carpenter. He drives on Hales, puts it up short, and they're going to say Hales touched the ball, and I think maybe he did. He got a little piece of it, and so the Indians will retain possession. 46.6 seconds to go. Massner, and that's going to be another foul on Armstrong. That'll be his 4th, I believe.
I didn't even see that one.
And
yeah, it is
Massner,
flashing 4 up there, Kent. You're right.
Massner made a nice cut to the basket, and there wasn't much contact, but enough to draw the whistle.
Boy, and the fouls are a big difference here in the second half. Mediapolis has 9. Wapello only has 3 right now. So 1 more, and they'll be shooting 2 every time. That could make the difference in the ball game, too. They've pretty good free throw shooters.
Massner cans both of them here. And there's an errant pass by Hales, and it's stolen away by Poe, and he's fouled by Hales.
There's number 10.
There. He didn't see Poe coming, staying down in the Meepo end there, and tried to inbound the ball and just threw it right to Poe, then blew to the basket. Hales tried to recover, but he fouled him, so Poe will be at the line shooting too.
And Wapello says this one's not over yet.
Now, if I'm Coach Will at the quarter, I'm talking to the officials and I'm going 10-3. Come on. Now, on the other side of that, the Indians have been the attackers here. They've been driving the ball to the basket every time, and we've kind of started settling for 3-pointers and jump shots instead of taking it inside like we were in the game.
There he makes that one. Nice rebound by Dustin Belknap.
Who came in the ball game. And Belknap blows it up the court and throws it away.
We'll really have to watch those passes. Coach Worrell not happy with the execution of the plays here by the Bulldogs this time.
Down and run for maybe 1 shot here. I don't know. Okay, well, the Indians have the ball again. 46-34. The Bulldogs still enjoy a 12-point lead with 33 seconds left. And there's Brockway, drives to the basket. Nice help defense that time by Belknap. He came quickly and forced Brockway to put up kind of a wild shot. And there's a foul called on Wapello.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a foul called on
Was there? Okay.
And I'm not sure who it was on, but he gave a number over there.
Cool. And yeah,
It's
they put up 4
on
now.
Massner.
All right.
Massner on the rebound. So here come the Bulldogs down. Armstrong has the ball over to Durst. Durst to Armstrong. Armstrong's looking. Finds Scott in the middle. Scott goes to the basket, and he's going to draw the foul. And it looks like if you can get the ball in the lane that they're going to blow the whistle. So that's where the Bulldogs need to take the basketball too.
And that one was on Rollinger. But, well, it says 2 for him, so that might be his 3rd. I don't know.
And Scott will be shooting 2. With 7.2 seconds to go, and the Bulldogs leading 46-34. That's 7.2 in the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs lead the Indians 46-34. Scott puts it up and in. Good looking shot. So we'll have another one. second one was good also.
Nice shot. I think he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Sure
That's how he
is.
started the game.
48-34, and here's Poe. He just blows to the basket, but the ball is swatted away and Pierce comes up with a steal, but the quarter ends. Meepo leads 48-34. And after an impressive start to that quarter, we struggled a little bit, but you know what? We were leading by 13 at half. We're leading by 14 now, so we still won the quarter. And when you're up, why, that's all you got to do.
So cheer from the cheerleaders, and we'll give a cheer to these sponsors since they're bringing you the Dogcast for the wrestling season and basketball season, which are quickly winding down, but exciting times coming with tournament action for basketball and wrestling. Mediapolis Telephone Company, Elin Agency, DMC Mutual, Vipo Booster Club, Creative Visions, Delzell Brothers, Ertz Carpet, USG, Great River Medical Center, SG Construction, Brewer Agency, Mediapolis Savings Bank, Hawkeye Petter Shop, Prairie Ridge, Myers Construction, the Mediapolis News, Main Street Tire, Deadmaster Real Estate, Vipo Foods, Mediapolis Vet Clinic, Wright Electric, Rhodes Jewelry, CMA Services, Two Rivers Bank, Morning Sun Farm Implement, Standard of Beaverdale, and Cafe Old World. And Kent, when I'm looking at the emails from last night, wow, Brian and Dave first of all, they weren't here very long because the Lone Tree didn't even make it here. Pekin, I think I was, maybe a half an hour. So they got 4 emails from the same man, and that was the one that must have been asking about the freshman experience. Because we got that email, or I brought it up, we weren't sure what it was about.
Okay, and we have a quick foul here. The Bulldogs inbounded. The ball went over the Wolf. And we've got a foul. And did you catch a number there? I didn't see who that was on. But anyway, the Bulldogs will inbound on the side.
And Rollinger's coming out. I wonder if it was on him. That would have been 4. No, they just took his number off. I'm not sure who that was on.
A long pass across court to Scott, and he tries to dump it back out to Wolf, and it's picked off. We're just getting a little careless with the basketball here. Massner has it in at the point, does not drive this time. And Schoonover has returned for the Indians. And here comes Massner, and the drive dumps it off to Schoonover, and it's blocked by Belknap, I think. But Schoonover gets the rebound, and now he's going to draw the foul. Boy, I tell you, Massner made a nice little dump off to Schoonover. He looked like he was wide open, but I believe it was Belknap who came in and got a piece of the ball, but Schoonover was able to get the rebound and went back up and drew the foul. So he's going to shoot a pair.
It was quickly covered up by, I think, about 3 Meepo defenders. He misses the first one.
They've struggled a little bit here at the line in the last few minutes, and that's kind of saved the Bulldogs. Puts up his second one, and that's no good either, and Scott blocks out and gets the rebound. Gets it out to Wagenbach. Wagenbach brings it up the court. He's double teamed. Gets it off to Wolf. Wolf is kind of trapped but clears himself. Back to Wagenbach. Wagenbach quickly to the basket. Throws up a prayer, misses it, but Belknap gets the rebound. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, and if that's on Schoonover, that's 5.
Yep, that's it. He's head to the bench, so important foul there. So with 7:05 left in the game, Schoonover takes the seat. And really, he hasn't seen much action. If we added all the minutes together, he hasn't been in there very much.
He got in foul trouble early. He's had one of those nights that happens to you, and everything he did was frustrating for him after that. And Belknap's going to go to the line to shoot 2, I believe. He drops that first one in. So here's the second shot coming up for us. Meepo leads now, 49-34, back up to 15, with a chance to go to 16 as Belknap shoots. It's up, and that one's long and comes out to Lance. So 49-34 with 7 minutes left in the ball game. And the Indians on the attack here. But it's stripped away by Wolf. Good defense, gave help defense. Here comes Gersh to the basket. Goes up strong and puts it in. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Worrell. And I'm not sure, he's not happy with somebody down there. I'm thinking maybe somebody missed the idea of what defense they were in last time down the court. And they were able to get bailed out by a steal there, but somebody probably wasn't where they were supposed to be. Because I can't imagine he was unhappy with the offense because Gersh just got the ball and drove right to the hoop and scored.
Exactly.
51-34, 6:50 remaining here from Vernon Bud McLaren Court. The Mediapolis Bulldogs leading the Wapello Indians in Southeast Iowa Super Conference North Division action. I'm Ken Harshbarger with Kim Scheidlin bringing you the action tonight. So Wapello inbound. I'm going to see if we've got any kind of a defensive switch here. Yeah, it looks like the Bulldogs are going into a 1-2-2 kind of half-court trap. Now it's just falling back into a 1-2-2. So they got out of their man-to-man. They're in a 1-2-2 zone, and I think that's what Coach Will was upset about, is somebody didn't get into the right defense. And Massner has the ball stripped.
Defense is working now.
That was a nice steal by Gerst. He just kept with it, and he feeds Wagenbach for an easy basket. Yeah, Gerst just got after Massner and just stayed with it and just willed himself into that steal, and then found Wagenbach for an easy two.
Almost another one there, too. The ball gets thrown kind of into Elijah Wolf.
Rios is going to pick up the foul on Wolf. Rios got the ball out at the top of the circle and started to drive, and Wolf's called for reach-in.
That's number 4 on Elijah.
So
another timeout.
When we come back, there's timeout. Wapello at the line will be Rios to shoot 2, with the Bulldogs leading 53-34 over Wapello. And it looks like Wapello's down to 1 timeout left. The Indians are already in the double bonus, as the Bulldogs have been whistled for 10 fouls in the half, while the next foul will send the Bulldogs to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
I remind everyone, if you want to stay up to date with the sports and other local area happenings, you can do that with a subscription to the Mediapolis News. $35 will get you 52 issues full of area news, including Mediapolis sports. Call 1-800-949-3175 and get signed up. And if you'd like to purchase pictures of this game or past Mediapolis games and events, go to the homepage on our website and click the Pictures button. Thousands of photos are available and can be put on just about anything, from mouse pads, posters, and you can get 25% off right now.
And you have a chance to read Kim Scheidlin's accounts of the ball game. So make sure you get a copy of the Mediapolis News to read about tonight's game. Okay, Rios at the line, puts it up, and it's good. So he'll have a second shot here.
That's Wapello's first point of this quarter. Kind of are in a scoring drought, but that's fine with us.
Scott grabs the rebound up quickly to Gerst. Out to Wagenbach. He thought about throwing it underneath and then backed off a little bit. Wolf was calling for the ball, but I think that was a wise decision. Now they can lob it up to Scott.
Oh, I think that was a lob and almost a basket.
Pass for Scott that almost went in the basket. Wagenbach grabbed the ball on the rebound and put it in for the Bulldogs. They attempted to lob it on the backside of the zone to Scott, and it hit the basket and bounced right off to Wagenbach, and he was able to score with it. And there's a 3 put up by Massner, no good.
Oh. Holden Brockway goes down hard.
Belknap clears out to Wagenbach for an easy 2. Nope, Brockway's all right. He's up now.
Yeah, I don't know if he hit his head. You heard something hit. I don't know if it was his elbow or his head.
In the cheap seats.
It's cooler up here tonight, Ken, or else I'm finally learning how to dress for these dogcasts.
I had a sweatshirt on. I took it off when I got here because I knew that Massner misses and is cleared out of there by Scott. Here comes Gerst. He kicks back to Wagenbach for a wide open 3. Oh, it rims out, but there's Belknap. And he's having a rough night inside. He does a great job getting to the boards, but couldn't put it back up. Missed it, got his own rebound, and this time he's fouled. And he's got that look like, how can I keep missing these? He's really working hard.
He is.
He's getting great position, but he just can't finish it tonight. And he's going to shoot a pair now. There's going to be a timeout.
Bulldogs yet to have a 3-pointer in the second half, Kent.
Yeah, they missed some good looks, too.
I
believe Wapello called that timeout, and if they did,
that's his last
one.
That's pretty soon with 4:57 left in the ball game.
7 to go, and they're down 47-35. So I guess Coach Spielbauer's just thinking, well, we're down 22. If I don't stop the bleeding now, it's not going to make any difference. So.
No. And they have 17 fouls. Mediapolis has 10. So every foul from here on out sends somebody to the free throw line, either shooting 2 or shooting 1-on-1.
It's going to be interesting to see if Wapello comes out with some different strategy, either on offense or defense.
So I was thinking there was another player. Was it Rollinger that was in trouble with 4 fouls too? But he right now, number 23, is not even in the ball game, and perhaps that's why. And is Master number 25? He has 3 fouls. Of course, we have Elijah Wolf has 4.
Yeah, at this stage, 3 is probably not a problem.
No.
4 can still be a problem, but at this stage, 3 is probably not one unless you just go out and pick up a really stupid one.
Unless you get 2 and 30 seconds like Jordan did the other night.
To start the game, yeah. Okay, Belknap's going to shoot a pair here. And he drills that one. He couldn't make it from 2 foot, but from 15, he's deadly. So we'll get the second one here.
There you go.
Right in there too.
He just needs to be further away from the basket.
You know, he's had
it's
a
too
really
close.
good game tonight. He's done
He
a
has.
good job on the
That's
boards.
a nice job.
And he's done a good job on the defensive end, blocked several shots. Just has had those 2 or 3 easy shots that he hasn't been able to get to go. And the Bulldogs are still in that 1-2-2. Coming out, put some pressure on, and there's Poe. He goes to the baseline. Tried to make his move to the basket and then dump it off to Rios on the baseline, and it went off the foot of one of the Bulldog players. So now Poe's going to inbound the ball, and it's swatted by Belknap. Used those long arms, swatted it down. The Bulldogs steal. Wagenbach comes down, misses the shot. Now he drives the baseline, gets another opportunity.
Wow, nice move by Jordy.
He missed the shot on the initial drive to the basket. We got the rebound, and they dumped it off to him, and he drove the baseline, and he didn't miss the second time.
A 26-point lead now for the Bulldogs. They're on an 8-0 run here after the timeout.
That time by Lance, no good. Feeds up to Hales. He can't handle the pass, but dumps it back to Wagenbach, who finishes. And he's racking up some points, Kim. I don't know how many, because he's scoring faster than I can count him.
They have 22 on the board. I don't know. I would go by your numbers.
That's right. 22's right.
Okay.
Another miss by the Indians. They come out quickly. Wagenbach has the ball, drives to the hoop, puts up the little one-hander in heavy traffic and got it to drop.
There's a 6-0 run just by Jordan Wagenbach.
Yeah, this one's basically over now. It's a 30-point lead.
Yep.
The Indians made that little run there to get it down to 12 in the third quarter, and then since then it's been all Bulldogs.
Looks like Greg Worrell's going to put maybe a whole lineup in, at least 3 or 4 standing up there. I see Tyler Rogers, Robbie Fletcher, Clayton Musselman, Tanner Gerst, and Kelton Gorley set to come in the ball game, and probably a standing ovation for these seniors checking out.
Micah Hales had the steal dumped off to Tanner Gerst, and it was batted out of there and will belong to the Indians, I guess. The initial call was for the Bulldogs to have the ball, but now I see we turn it over. And we do have a whole new lineup coming in. As Kim told you, seniors over there sitting down, and Coach Worrell went over and congratulated them.
We have the future of the Bulldogs out here right now with as many seniors as we have on the basketball team. So the Carpenter passes over to Rollinger. Rollinger's back in the game. I'm surprised they're not attacking more with that different lineup.
We have a jump ball there. A new player in for the Indians. Number 35 is Cale Boyson, a junior. He and Rogers tied that up, and so on the tie-up, the possession arrow favors the Indians, so they'll take it out into their own basket. And it's inbounded out deep to Lance. Over on the side. Now back to Lance. Over to Carpenter. Back to Lance. He's going to put up a 3. He's open.
Wow. He could have almost hit the clouds, I think, with the arch on that one, but
Braden
deadly.
Lance hits a 3. And attempt to feed inside there by Gorley, and that was knocked out of there, and the Indians come away with it. And Lance is putting up another 3. This one's more of an air ball.
Rebound by
Gerst with the rebound out to Fletcher. Fletcher's going to the hole.
Oh, nice move. He didn't back down at all. I thought he was going to dump it off to the right wing, but he went for it.
No, I think maybe the Indians were thinking about taking a charge, but, you know, they're down 30. He was going with a full head of steam. So, and that is the 5th foul on.
Is that Rollinger?
Yeah, that was his 5th foul. So he's going to be replaced in the lineup by number 33. That's Keegan Lands, another junior.
So 2 Indians have fouled out now for the evening. Fletcher, boy.
Fletcher came up short on the free throw.
He had just a little bit too much.
That one in the film
no, no. Been there, done that.
I can imagine that a teammate or two is going to say something. Okay, the Indians have the ball now. And that's.
Well, I don't know how that player, Land stayed in bounds there on the baseline. I think that was Land, or that was Boyson.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I had to look at him. He looks like his mom.
I thought sure he was out of bounds, but and there's a nice steal.
Okay. Clayton Musselman.
Musselman goes to the hole.
Oh, nice play.
Nice steal by Musselman, and Bulldogs are still in that 1-2-2 zone. Reserves in. And they picked one off. There's a long shot by Carpenter, no good. Cleared out of there by Rogers. Rogers going coast to coast. Nope, kicks off to Tanner Gers. He picks it up and they'll reset. With Fletcher running the point right now. Over to Gers, looks inside, not there. We're going to get a timeout so we can get some more players in the game. And I believe that's...
I think Trevor Phillips, and I know Keaton Keitzer, but I believe the other one's Trevor Phillips.
And Trevor Phillips are coming into the ball game.
I'm not sure who's checking out. Gerst and did Fletcher sit down maybe? Yeah.
1:30 to go here in the boys' action tonight. Wapello versus Mediapolis. The Bulldogs will win 69-38. It was a 12-point game midway through the 3rd quarter, but since then it's been all Bulldogs.
It's kind of a late night too. I know with senior recognition, all the seniors, it's 20 after 9 right now. We're usually home by now, Kent.
There we go. Yeah, it's Friday night, you know. You get to go to Lone Tree tomorrow.
I get to go to Lone Tree tomorrow. Yeah.
We're not going to Des Moines, but the weather forecast, we're backing off.
Does.
So I'm going to probably sleep in tomorrow.
I guess I'll still get to sleep in, but oh, that extra little step by Trevor Phillips turns the ball over. Wapello will take it with 1:26 left in the ball game.
Well, I'm retired again. I've been working for the last 3.5 weeks, but I'm done, so
all right.
I get to retire and sleep in again for a few more weeks.
Did you just help out for the semester time then down at Southeastern?
During the busy times, so I go back down and help out at SCC, and you know, I was kind of glad that when today came and I'm retired again.
Except for dog casting. And you know what? That's going to come to an end too. Our season, then it'll be baseball and softball season. Dog casting wouldn't work very well for golf or track. So
Rogers drives to the hole, misses the shot. Keitzer got the rebound. The fans kind of thought maybe he got hammered, but no call. So the Bulldogs will inbound the ball. I believe that's Phillips inbounding. And he goes into Keitzer.
Oh, nice try.
Turnaround jump shot doesn't go for him, Robert. Cleared out of there by Carpenter. Lance drives, falls to the floor, and Keitzer comes up with the ball, gets it out to Rogers. Rogers brings it up the court. Now front to Phillips. Inside to Keitzer. Another nice
move.
Wow. Boy, you like to see the big guys take the ball strong like he just did. Looks like he's gonna be a tall young man too. There's Lands for a long 3-pointer, and he hits another one.
You know, I think he's hit 3 or 4 tonight, and just come in off the bench and done a really nice job.
Summer, maybe he'd have brought some rain as high as that.
Yeah. Sounds like maybe he's going to bring some this weekend. Oh dear! I think there was enough.
A collision out there between Phillips and Boyson, and no call is made.
Boy, Phillips really stood his ground. He was trying to draw that offensive foul.
So 1.9 to go here in the game. It's just about done. Inbounds to Carpenter, and he shoots a 3 and doesn't hit it. So the Bulldogs leave here with a
nice victory.
41 win. This is a big win for him.
It's a big one. They've had a good week.
You play somebody like Wapello, and I know their record was 5-10 or whatever, but we struggled with them up there, and to come out here and win by 30, that's impressive. And look up there, 41 points. That's another great defensive effort, and 71's a pretty good offense. Win for the Bulldogs.